highlighted. The great Wally May. There's a fight in the forward pocket. That sort of behaviour.
That's exactly right. Now, on a basketball court, that's where it's a little bit different because it's not a...
Spilled in almost into the crowd, didn't it?
Yes, it did. There was a good choker hold.
Oh, it was unreal.
Who was that snoozer at Subiaco Oval that got that bloke in the...
Kick it, was it?
No. Peter Sumich in a sleeper
that's
hole.
right, yes.
He had a big rat tail from Western Bulldogs.
Yeah.
If anyone remembers that bloke's name, that's him. I knew you'd get it. 822-300-00. That was a good little melee.
Yeah. But it's funny, you don't want crowd getting involved in the light, but gee, it caused a bit of a stink. Now it was a game that we had to win to make the Ignite Cup final, which we've done exactly that. Is that
worth
terrific.
the Chelsea dagger in the final?
No.
Yeah, we haven't won it.
Only victories get Chelsea dagger. Only victory. Yeah, exactly. But I got to say, well, let's have a listen to the actual audio of when they've started a brawl.
DJ from downtown, you bet. And a little bit of afters as well. Rakocevic is into it. This is absolutely on.
It's on
Terry
here.
Taylor's over it. It's a clear the benches type brawl.
Let's get it on.
Where has this come from?
Let's get it on.
Did you hear that? It's classic. But look,
MMA style.
it caused a bit of drama. Now, our coach post-game, I think he was pretty upset. He got amongst it to try and, sort things out because I've got to say, I'll give Bryce Cotton his due. He was right in there trying to, get arms off and trying to snap that choker hold that was going on because that looked dangerous. Now, it looked like Rakocevic and his opponent had a few...
all night.
I'll just say, little bits of this, that
he was
going
grabbing
on.
him. He was
and then eventually, I think Rakocevic said, no, I've had enough, and took him down in that last sort of
he
play.
He fell on him like a Tom Warhurst fall.
Yeah, yes, you got it.
Spot on. You're looking clumsy, your arms are out.
Arms and knees and elbows.
Knees and elbows and all sorts.
And that's what incited it. Off they went. But afterwards, let's just have a listen to what Mike Wells said.
To me, there's always a line in sports, and you don't cross the line. There was a takedown between two players, and then everybody started jumping in. The time I got down there, Terry Taylor had Nick in a headlock on his back, and Maldonado was punching him in the stomach. And everybody else that was trying to jump in, they're grabbing my players, and Maldonado is punching Nick in the stomach. To me, that's not basketball. We can get after it. This is a hard-playing league, and people don't cross the line, and that crossed the line.
That's an MMA name, Maldonado.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, yeah, it even said correctly. But
Maldonado.
That's what I said.
That's him, Maldonado. Now, the interesting thing was, I don't think Brisbane took too kindly to that. So that was post-game in the presser and the like, and they released a statement and I'll just read the last paragraph. It says, the available footage provides clarity around the sequence of events. We are comfortable that it will be assessed in the league in its review and it will be respectful and supportive of the process undertaken. Lastly, the manner, and they're talking about their own coaches here, in which Daryl McDonald and Mitch Norton conducted themselves in the post-match press conference strongly reflects the character of our club, and I commend both for their composure, clarity and professionalism. Wow. I think they're having a dip there.
They are, 100%.
I think they're having a dip
That's a finger point.
Yeah.
A big finger point. Again, get back, I know I always harp on, I love how the NHL is governed, ran, umpired and everything. Two blokes have a ding-dong.
They wait for
no one else.
They wait for one to fall.
That's right. No one else. That's exactly it. No one's allowed to get in. If the next bloke gets in, it's double the fine. If the next bloke gets in, it's quadruple the fine. You just let the two have it out. Now, if those two basketball blokes went down and one of them got him in a sleeper hold and he had to tap himself out, or actually they were on the ground. So in NHL style, the ref comes in, splits it up, and you're both off. Then there's only 12. How many got sent off?
7.
Well, there's
7.
There's 10 people involved, including coaches and assistants that were ejected, they call it.
Yeah.
So 7 got ejected. The game review panel now has 10 names on this list. They're going to be reviewing.
There
Correct. Yeah.
And in the NHL, they'd get massive fines. There was an old day at a
3
pub.
of those are Adelaide.
Yes.
There's an old day at the pub. I don't know when it left, and I'm saddened about this. But if two blokes aren't getting on and they take it outside and they have a blue, the minute the bloke fell to the ground, that was it.
It's supposed to be fight
the
over.
fight's over.
Yeah.
You don't rip the boots into him or rip the slinkers into him. You don't have three mates come in over the top.
Technical rules
It was old-fashioned pub rules. Now,
how many
did
times
that come out of our culture?
How many times do you reckon that actually occurred, though?
Not a lot.
No, exactly. They continued on with it down on the ground. The other bloke said, I'm not over.
Timmy, I like the rule. I didn't say it was just policed well.
Now try and abide by it.
That's it.
Not easy. Look, it gave us a lot to talk about. That's the thing about it. They're into the Ignite Cup final, which is terrific. That's going to be played on the 22nd of Feb.
Correct,
and
Sunday.
We take on New Zealand at the Gold Coast.
We just beat them over there too.
Yeah, bit bizarre that one.
300,000 to the winning team.
Yeah, and 100,000 to the runner-ups. We play Perth on Friday that week, so we've got to back it up. So we go in Perth on a Friday, over to the Gold Coast on a Sunday, and then back to play what would be our first final at home.
Well, Timmy, we've just done Perth, Auckland, Sydney, Brisbane.
That's
our last 4 games.
Frequent flyers are flying.
Oh, God, you'd be at the front of the plane,
points,
wouldn't you?
Getting plenty of points. What it does probably bring up, Stephen, is just a good old-fashioned melee, as you just described it. What's an all-time melee that you've seen?
Mine's going to be easy. We've got a $50 Powers voucher. We want yours. Any level, any sport, any time, we don't care. Just a good old-fashioned ding-dong melee. Now, mine's easy. It's the Neil Curley Coach Centrals in 88. It was at Nord Oval. Curl sent the Dogs down to our end because we're at the southern end. That's our win. It's our home. It's our win. Nick off, Curls. Well, he didn't. Tommy Warhurst may or may not have sport a high ball coming into the square over Richard Launder, and it might have been arms and legs and elbows and all sorts.
Because they weren't happy. You guys weren't happy with Central's warming up at your end.
No, and they were shooting their gobs off. There was a game they really need to win to make the fight. Like it was billed as a big game, big crowd. The Dogs can't beat us there. Have a listen to the commentary.
Both sets of teams decided to use the southern end as their warm-up, and all of a sudden there was a melee. 38 players, and because the players are on the ground, the umpires are quite within their rights to make reports. As yet, Coach Baum and Coach Curley have not been sighted on the ground.
Well, there's always a first, and certainly this, in the all-time memory of South Australian football, never before seems like this.
Now, Baum and Curley, if you've seen both of them play, they didn't mind getting the knuckles and the dogs out of the holsters. They were very, very wise men, just stayed in the commentary box. It was an all-in. Sadly, the Doggies lost. I mean, it didn't work. It backfired. I think we won by 16 points. It was a cracking game of football, that whole game. Gilbert McAdam, superstar.
What I loved about that? But
it was a good old-fashioned melee.
That was ABC covering the game because I think we had ABC and perhaps Channel 9 in that
that era.
Era. David Darcy and Daryl Hicks doing the commentary.
He was
fantastic stuff. And I loved the way Daryl Hicks, he was a bit like Richie Benno. He's very proper. And he always spoke very well.
Yes.
And when things like that happened, I knew that he wouldn't be enjoying it. He would not be happy about it. And
unlike you and I in the commentary box. It's on, getting him.
Exactly right. But that was a good one.
That's mine. What's yours?
It does remind me, and if there's anybody out there, because I wasn't there before I get on to mine, it was about 1980. There was an under-16s game between Rosewater and Taparoo.
Okay.
I can't remember the incident that happened, but it sparked an all-in brawl, and the parents were fighting.
Oh,
yeah, it was huge, and I think there was a lot of suspensions out of it.
There is no way parents from Rosewater and Taparoo would get involved with anything untoward.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Kids.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that was involved.
Because I'm from Henley with my son, and we used to play Taparoo.
Exactly.
We were in that league.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Port Adelaide Junior Footy League. Yeah.
I refuse
to believe it. Well, mine's the actual. Do you remember the Boomers playing the Philippines, and
there were chairs.
A little bit of push and shove got out of hand, and then they're throwing the deck chairs and everything in. Have a listen to some of this.
It's all happening now. And this has got wild. In the Philippines. Out of control in the Philippines. Punches, kicks, fans. Philippines. The bench is cleared.
You are kidding me.
This is out of control.
Yes.
Manny Pacquiao style.
Yeah. Give us your all-time melee, 8223 Just some updates. The Australian Open, well, the semis are set. In the women, Sabalenka will take on Svitolina. Pegula will take on Barkana.
Well
Got that
done,
right. Thank you very much. And Jason Kubler and Mark Polman's got through the doubles. Good. So they did very well. They're into the doubles final go.
Are they the two snoozers that beat the Special Ks?
Yes,
they
correct.
were too.
No, correct. That
first
is correct.
Round.
In the first round. And the Aussies are in Pakistan. T20 warm-up game, Feb 11. Travis Head will be captain. Feb 11 we start, but we're going to play this little packy game first. Yeah. Take them on their home soil as a bit of a warm-up game. So look forward to that. Give us a call, 8223 0000.
It is 20 after 4. So John Jenkins from the 36ers will tell us what and how it all unfolded there in the Gold Coast last night with that melee. We'll find out more. Tom Mitchell is retiring from footy. He's done it all. Won a Brownlow. He's won premiership. He's played in plenty of successful teams. We'll speak to Tom Mitchell at 5 o'clock. Craig Foster from Stan Sport, Champions League match day to talk about Alicia Molik with the latest in the women's and the men's at the Australian Open, and your calls as well. All-time melees, 8223 0000.
Rowey and Timmy G. The FIVEAA Sports Show. FIVEAA is celebrating local businesses across Adelaide, like Complete Comfort. If you're not sleeping well, they can help with adjustable beds and recliners, including free delivery and setup. FIVEAA, supporting local, celebrating SA.
G'day, Flipper. What's up? The little one doing freestyle through the breakers? Yeah, that's my kid. What do you mean he's making you look bad? Sorry, mate. He's a state swim kid.
For over 50 years, State Swim has built stronger, safer swimmers through trusted teachers and proven programs. Become a State Swim kid. Visit stateswim.com.au.
The Cherry Plate Clearance Sale is now on. From January 1st to 31st, don't miss this chance to drive away with incredible deals on selected Cherry vehicles. Hurry, these deals won't last, so visit your Cherry dealer today. Cherry for the road ahead.
As the new year begins, change is already in the air. Adelaide's property market is shifting, and more South Australians are making the smart move towards the future that they want with Toop and Toop. Now, dream homes are being listed, offers are being made, and those ready to act are already a step ahead.
That's it. You don't want that. So at Toop and Toop, they don't just open doors. They help you walk through them towards that next thing. They've spent decades guiding South Aussies through these huge moments. So if 2026 is your year for change, they're here to help you take the next step with absolute confidence and the best results.
Absolutely. Toop and Toop, South Australia's most trusted advisors in real estate since 1985. Discover more at toop.com.au.
FIVEAA is celebrating what makes Adelaide truly special. Local businesses across our city, north, south, east and west.
We are celebrating local today with Kirkbride Seafood. Reece Kirkbride is here from Doothie Street, Unley. Lovely to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
You've got the freshest seafood, I've been told. Literally, you'd need to lean over the boat and grab it yourself to get fresher.
Yeah, well, we do try our best in that area. So all the fish arrives to us fresh, or we catch it ourselves when it comes to the whiting, squid and garfish. So got a viewing window, fish comes in fresh. The viewing window validates that freshness.
Not a lot of others would catch it like you do.
Yeah, it is very unique. So yeah, having our own licence makes a big difference. It gives you a bit of flexibility with your fish, but it also offers the customers a little bit cheaper price because you don't have those costs associated with, buying from sort of someone else in between. So it's not every species. It's mainly the key South Australian ones, but it's second to none when it comes to the freshness.
Interesting time for your industry. People, I guess, are looking for high standards and quality of product, aren't they? Probably more than ever.
That's what we've sort of always prided ourselves on as a business is being consistent with our quality, because consistency with quality builds trust. But just little things. We have a flake ice machine on site, so all the fish is always ice heavily. Our cool rooms run at 0 to 1 degree, so it keeps the fish at its core temperature is quite low. What that does is it offers the quality and the trust on the back end.
Where do we find you?
11 Doothie Ruthie Street only, so quite close to the city. Parking's great. I wouldn't call it a drive-through, but it's as close as you can get to a drive-through for fish.
Well done. Thanks, Reece, for coming in.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Reece Kirkbride from Kirkbride Seafood.
5AA, supporting local, celebrating SA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It was all on last night in the 36ers. We've got tickets to give away tonight as well to the 36ers next home game. Same for Adelaide United this weekend, and lots of times for your calls tonight. 8223 300 00. All in melees. What are the best melees you've seen in the history of sport? 24 after 4. Here's traffic.
Afternoon at Woodville Gardens, a crash to look out for. Hanson Road near the Arndale Shopping Centre. Mawson Lakes, a fuel leak. Main North Road affecting Montague Road and Mawson Lakes Boulevard. And Vale Park. West Water Main, North East Road near Ascot Avenue. Getting busy South Road, Edwardstown with the camera. Blacks Road, Gillis Plains. Quitting smoking can be hard, but it's easy with proven tools and support. Search Give Up for Good or download the new My Quit Buddy app. This message is brought to you by the Australian Government, Canberra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Just that riff there. I thought that was out of the Blues Brothers. Who is that?
No, that's Chris Isaac.
Okay.
Baby did a bad thing.
Oh, stop it. What year?
What year?
Oh, here we go.
2001?
On the spectrum.
No, 95.
95, was that early?
95.
Gee, you were 6 years off, Timmy.
Wow.
A bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
we're looking at brawls, good brawls, bad brawls, any brawl. Hello, Andrew.
G'day, guys. I don't think there's such thing as a good one, really.
Yes, true.
But just in the case of last night's game, in basketball, one of the rules is if you're a player on the bench and you leave the bench to participate in a brawl, even if you only go in to break it up,
right?
You're out.
Oh.
So you're ejected. So
okay.
And you've got the odd thing in. You got the odd thing in basketball where, depending on which end of the court the event occurs, in this case it occurred near the Brisbane bench end.
Right.
So those guys pulled out. No Sixers substitute got ejected because they didn't enter the court.
Right.
Their coaches did, but the players did what they were told and sat down. So that's why that happened as it did last night. That's why so many people got ejected.
Gotcha.
But in a ridiculous situation. One of the players who was injured, a guy named Casey Prather, he's just got his knee out of a brace, and he wandered out there to try and help calm things. He's a pretty level-headed guy, and they were giving his wife happens to be the courtside commentator for the NBL, and they asked her what she thought afterwards. She said, "Well, I'll be having words with him afterwards." He's only just got the brace off.
Oh, no, that's the greatest punishment ever, Andrew.
Thanks, mate. Did you have a brawl? Did you have a suggestion or a nomination?
No, the 1990 AFL Grand Final.
Yes.
And I'll go back a long way because in that game it wasn't just players; it was officials, everyone. And the malice at the Palace, between Detroit, I think Indiana. Going back about 20-plus years, a guy named Ron Artest and one other waded into the crowd. It really got ugly near the end of a game that was pretty much over.
Pacers versus Pistons here.
Ron got suspended for ages, and he thought he'd change his name afterwards because he was a pretty decent man to Meta World Peace.
Andrew, you're full of wisdom. Have a listen to the 1990 brawl.
Yeah, wow.
Terry Danaher
came in and took out Brown. It wasn't great. Yeah, it was an ugly brawl, and funnily enough, a bit like the 91 of the Samful, one team went on and played the footy, and the other team just couldn't settle, and Essence just couldn't get back.
Hello, Mike.
How you going, guys?
Hey, Mike.
Melees, 80s playing amateur footy with the Blacks.
Ah, yes.
And we were playing teams like, Port Districts, Ingle Farm, Wingfield Royals, Broadview, Seaton Ramblers.
Yes.
So
good, solid teams.
They all put in hard, put it that way. So this day we're playing Seaton Ramblers down at their ground. We were in front, on the scoreboard all day, but well behind on the hits on play. Behind play, come near to the end of the game, we're winning. I knew we didn't have much further to go. We went into the middle, the ball went up. I'm in the middle. Head over the ball, got cleaned up, and went to pick the ball up. So I went to pick the ball up, and the bloke was standing over the ball and he didn't want to give it to me. So I give him a bit of a shove.
Right.
He falls over on his backside and the siren goes. And it was on.
Uh-oh.
Players from both teams, spectators, coaches, everyone was in there. And I don't know, it took about 2 minutes to sort it out, but it was a pretty good one.
That sounds like a ripper.
Gee whiz, over the days.
That one's on the podium.
1980s.
Bit of claret, fat lip, blood nose.
There you go.
Couple of stitches above the right brow. God, I love it.
There's a lot of memories coming through, so we'll read some of your texts, but we'll take your calls first. So if you want to get on air, 8223 0000 is our number. We've got a $50 Powers voucher to give away. All-time melees, lots of calls to get to soon. Alicia Mollick to join us on the other side of the headlines.
The FIVEAA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. This is FIVEAA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Tamira Francis with the 4:30 news headlines. The Prime Minister says the Commonwealth will have options if tomorrow's National Cabinet meeting does not result in an agreement. The New Adelaide University has formally opened its doors. Talks between Liberal leadership aspirants Andrew Hastie and Angus Taylor have reportedly reached a stalemate. And in sport, Jason Kubler and Mark Polmans have advanced to the men's doubles finals at the Australian Open. Now checking 5AA traffic.
G'day there at Felix Doak, Harvey Motorcycle, Paynham Road at the 3-point intersection. Waterville Gardens crash there, Hanson Road near the Arndale Shopping Centre. And Vale Park, Burst Watermain, North East Road near Ascot Avenue to look out for on the drive home. Cameras, Kelly Road, Valley View and Seaford Road at Seaford. Fiji Airways sale is on now with return flights from Adelaide to Fiji starting from $659. Book now at fijiairways.com or your travel agent. Conditions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast, clear and down to 25 overnight, mostly sunny and 41 the top tomorrow. Right now it's 35 degrees. We'll have more news for you at 5 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
We're hearing that a deal might be imminent or may have already been done with the Public Service Association.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
We've got the Premier, Peter Malinauskas, on the line now.
I am standing up with the union for the public sector, one of the larger unions in our public sector, later this morning to announce that we've reached an agreement.
5AA Breakfast.
Well, that is good news. Hopefully good news for those members.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
They do deserve a wage increase.
Weekdays from 6 a.m.
It's just about getting a balance.
On 5AA, always Adelaide.
Trafalgar's big tour sale is on now with Phil Hoffman Travel. Save up to 15% on 2026 tours, including the Britain and Ireland Grandeur Tour, a 20-day journey from London return from $9,365 per person, twin share. Explore iconic capitals, ancient castles and breathtaking coastlines throughout England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland. Phil Hoffman Travel voted Australia's most outstanding travel agency in 2025. 13-time winner. Visit pht.com.au.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Make your next cruise a breeze with RAA Travel. RAA Travel agents can plan and book your cruise. Search RAA Cruise and book your next trip today.
Now, down the stairs just off North Terrace, there's a place where the lights are low, the felt is fast, and the beer flows cold. Does that sound good or what? Well, it's Empire Bar and Pool, and it's an underground escape, and it's not your average pub.
It's my kind of joint.
I love that.
The atmosphere is great and the service is brilliant. So Empire Bar and Pool, it boasts 12 pub-sized 8-ball tables. It's great to go to a pub where you can do things like this.
Yes.
It's got 16 American 9-ball beasts, 2 elite Chinese snooker tables. They've got private areas for hire. There's catering options, booth seating. You can tailor what you want for food and all that. Get all your cobbers down there, play some pool, have some bets.
Good fun.
Have a melee. Get a pool cue and wrap it around someone's scone.
No, that's
well,
not
the thing.
No, it's not a thing.
Of course it's
Look,
not.
you can have big nights and laid-back sessions at the Empire Bar and Pool. It's where mates meet, rivals are made, and memories are chalked up one frame at a time.
Paul Newman style. What was that show?
The Hustler.
The Hustler. Great show. You can hustle at the Empire Bar and Pool. Basement, 2 Gresham Street, City, open 7 days a week.
When you've been around for over a century, you know a thing or two. And South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White have almost 300 years between them. So when an alliance is formed between South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White Business Sales SA, all that experience flows to you. This ensures you're in top shape, whether you're buying, selling, or somewhere in between. Touch base with the experts. Search Ray White Business Sales SA. Proudly partnered with South Australian Business Chamber.
Tommy, what gets you up in the morning for a hit of golf? Timmy, there's nothing better than stepping out on the first hole and feeling the anticipation of a great day. What about you?
It's the crack of the driver. Sends the ball straight down the middle of the fairway. What gets you up for a game, Rowey?
Timmy, for me, it's the kerplonk of the ball finding the cup.
You know what gets me up for a game of golf, fellas?
We know, Pimbo. It's about 8 missed calls and a drive-by.
Drummond Golf. For the love of golf.
The FIVEAA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
You're chasing Yannick and Carlos. Is it?
I'm chasing Yannick and Carlos? In which sense?
In terms of winning Grand Slam titles just right now.
So I'm always the chaser and I'm never being chased.
In the meantime, you won 24 Grand Slams. But I'm saying it's...
Thanks. It's worth saying that sometimes, right?
Sorry, I should have...
Yeah. No worries.
Gee, Novak and the journalist almost had a melee there in the press conference yesterday. That was a little bit of disrespect feeling, I think, there from Novak Djokovic.
Of course it was.
Yesterday. 8223 theme anyway. That's a real bad tie-in. Is all-time melees in sport. And we'd love your calls. $50 pounds voucher to give away.
Oh, well, the Australian Open, I tell you what, it's hotting up now, and it's on Channel 9 and Stan Sport, and you can watch it live and free on Channel 9 and 9 now. We've got, our favourite. I feel like Adelaide's own almost. Alicia Mollick, welcome.
Oh, it's great to join you. Thank you very much. It's great to be here at the AO. I'm missing Adelaide, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Adelaide International the week preceding, but it's all heating up here for finals or semi-finals tonight.
Yeah. Alicia, are you coming back to us for next year's International? We got you again?
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Excellent news.
Absolutely. Look, it was a fantastic, I think, end to the Adelaide International with the finals. All the players arrived at the Australian Open incredibly healthy. So, yeah, absolutely.
Well done.
So, like you said, the semis are locked in now. We've got got all the players lined up, you beauty. So, Sabalenka takes on Svitolina. We've got Pegula taking on Rybakina. Out of that, who goes to the final for you? If you had to put your 20 cents on.
Oh, gosh. Well, it's really interesting. I think, I'm actually calling the first match a Svitolina-Sabalenka. I mean, Sabalenka's a past champion here. However, Elina Svitolina's just returned back to the top 10. I think she comes in as the huge, massive underdog. However, if you happen to watch her in her last match, the way she was able to play and just be incredibly consistent, dismantle Coco Gauff was just absolutely phenomenal. So I feel like she's got absolutely nothing to lose. Experience for her, I think, will shine through, but I think Arena's at an advantage with her massive serve. She can hit a lot of unreturnables, aces, and she's just so crafty now in her, I guess with her experience as well. So I'm sort of, it's hard to go past Sabalenka the first semi, but in the second match, I think Elena Rybakina has been floating through the draw really quietly. She's not a player that was talked about a lot to this point in time. So I feel like last November, she played the best match I've seen in a women's match over the last 2 years. That was in the final against Aryna Sabalenka last November in Saudi Arabia for the WTA final. So, look, it's going to be really interesting. I'm not a betting person. I never will be. But it is the four best and players who are in the most form who are here in the semi-finals, which is great. That's what we need.
Well, it generally ends up that way. It's a bit like the men. Seeds 1, 2, 3, 4 are in their semis tomorrow. Alcaraz and Zverev, and Sinner versus Djokovic. Can we get to Djokovic? We played him into your intro. God, he's a showman and a star, isn't he? He was a bit out of sorts, but he got through against Mazzetti, and I felt for him.
Yeah, it's what an amazing story. I mean, Novak is in the semi-finals. How's this? Without winning a set in the quarterfinals or the round of 16. So he got a walkover in the round of 16. He then was 2 sets to love down against Mazzetti. Mazzetti retired with the groin strain, which I was actually really surprised about. I mean, Novak had massive blisters on his feet, obviously in a lot of discomfort. Imagine if Musetti just hung around for a bit longer. I mean, it could have been the other way around. But I guess when you're in a position that you've played 20 Australian Opens or 21, you've won it 10 times, you kind of deserve a bit of luck, don't you? Novak.
Yeah.
You know, he's earned the right to get to the semi-final without winning a set the last 2 matches. But, I mean, he's dangerous every single day of the week. But I just feel like Alcaraz and Sinner are... I mean, we watched Alcaraz against Alex Demonor the other night, dismantled him. So they are that far above, I think, the rest of the field.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, I think, Alcaraz and Sinner. I was lucky enough in the middle weekend that I was over there with Jodie. We were lucky enough to watch both of them play, and I thought they were a cut above anyone else. And the doubles, our doubles boys have got through.
Yeah, amazing. Mark Polmans and Jason Kubler. I know we always have a fairy tale story, actually, during the Australian Open. So I'm, really, really excited for them. Also, John Peers, Olivia Gadecki are in the mixed doubles final tomorrow. So it's great to see the Aussies still shining through in doubles. But, I'm heading to work now, about to call the first women's semi-final tonight, which I'm really excited about, once again with Sam Smith and Jelena Dokic. So, it's all heating up here in Melbourne. The temperature's pretty cool, so players don't need to worry about the heat or whether the roof's open or closed. But, it's got a real buzz about it, Melbourne. As you know, the middle weekend it did, and certainly it does now for finals.
Well, the roof's been controlled by Darren Cahill, isn't it? He's the one that, he's got the button that just opens.
You said it, not me.
Okay.
The weather has calmed down, which is good for crowds, but also for players. It's not great when you are battling 41s and the like. So we're getting mid-20s for the rest of the tournament?
Yeah, I think we're heading to almost 30 degrees tomorrow, cooling down for the men's final, I think around 20 or 21. But it's not really an Australian Open unless we have one of those 40-degree days, is it? And to be honest with you, it's a true test of, the players, their preparation and what they've actually produced during the off-season or the pre-season. I mean, that's equally as important. So I think I'm sort of almost glad for the heat because it really separates the best from the rest. But I think for the crowds now, we've got a really, really comfortable finish to the end of the Australian Open, which is really pleasing.
In the quarterfinal of the women's doubles, Kim Burrell and Talia Gibson bowed out, but we got a little bit of a future with those players?
Yeah, I think so. I actually called that match. They walked off court at 1:30 a.m. So it was a late finish, or late or early, whichever way you'd like to look at it. Last night, but it was a real shame they didn't get through. But I think for Kim and Talia, important that they keep just going with their doubles because I think the skill set, first of all, really translates to singles play. And second of all, when you're travelling on the road, you're away so much, those extra matches really, really benefit, help pay the bills at the same time. So it'll help them as well. We've got Olympics coming up. We've got a Billie Jean King Cup coming up. So it's great that they've been able to form a bit of a partnership. They're both of their first quarterfinals in doubles each ever at a Grand Slam too. So another milestone for both players.
As Rowey mentioned, in the men's, it's sort of always Alcaraz Sinner. Is this a really important semi for Zverev? I just feel like for himself, and it was a bit like, Alex the other night sort of going, I need to get up to this level. Is Zverev going to be able to challenge?
Well, I think he can, but I agree with you. I mean, time's running out for a lot of players in terms of how much can they challenge. But look, I think we also love a rivalry too. I mean, we're pretty fortunate to have it with Novak and Roger, Rafa, Andy, the big four. I mean, imagine if there was only two of them or three of them. They would have won so many other slams. So I love the rivalry. I think it's really important for tennis at this particular time. But at the same time, I mean, we don't talk about Zverev as much as we should. He's there or thereabouts in every single slam semi all the time. And I know he'd be tired of being asked whether he can challenge the top two, but I think he can. I absolutely think he can. He's got a lot of experience, huge serve. But, it'll be so interesting tomorrow to see, how that all plays out. But I just think for Carlos and Yannick, they've cruised through not dropping a set. I mean, that's a sign, isn't it? Getting to the semis without dropping a set, just phenomenal.
Yeah, well, it's been big crowds. It's been terrific on 9. We're at the pointy end and the best are left. And, Alicia, thank you for your time.
A pleasure. I hope you enjoy the rest of the tennis. Thanks.
Certainly will. Look forward to tonight's semi-finals as well. There at Melbourne Park, Alicia Mollick, all thanks to Channel 9. You can watch the Australian Open live and free on Channel 9 and 9 Now.
Yeah, well done. Now, on the back of the 36ers in Brisbane having a little brawl on court, there was a bit of it all in.
Yeah.
I think the bench of the 36ers didn't run. Brisbane did. A lot of them got evicted and whatnot. Got us thinking, memorable sporting ding-dongs. We just heard that. Good old-fashioned brawls. Hello, Barney, and that's a great name for this topic, Barney. Let's have a Barney. What's your brawl?
Yeah, well, Barney from the Flintstones, not because I can fight, I'll tell you right now. Listen, Kilburn versus Seaton Ramblers, last game of the year.
Wow.
Kilburn are going to play in finals. Seaton Ramblers are not going to play in the finals. It was late 80s. There's a massive punch-up and two guys get sent off, one from Kilburn, one from Seaton Ramblers, and as they're walking off, the Seaton Ramblers ruckman said something untoward towards the Kilburn guy. And, of course, Timmy G, Daryl Chanel wouldn't put up with it and crushed him one.
Bang!
No. Did it start again?
And, look, the guy was spitting teeth. It wasn't pretty, and DC went on to play for Port the next year and missed the first 5 games, I think it was, because he was suspended. But the Kilburn C grade were going to be in the finals, so all their B grade went back to watch them play. And, of course, Seaton Ramblers B graders were there ready to have a drink for the end of the year. And it was on. We were copping glasses, bottles. And next thing you know, there was a few of them on the field against us. So, you start to get a bit scared when you're fighting the B grade as well.
It's the Wild West, Barney. It was the Wild West.
At the OK Corral.
Yeah.
Brett and Claby ended up out at Kilburn, and they had a good mate of mine, and they had some interesting characters in their support group on the hill.
Oh, yeah,
might have driven a few motorbikes.
Yeah.
And it used to be the old thing, don't get too out of hand because they've got the cavalry coming.
Did Rowan Hellier play with him?
Played out there. Yes, he did.
Remember that?
God bless Rowan. We've lost him.
Yeah. That was when Kilburn, I think, were Div 1.
It was Safa. Were they in Safa?
Not that era. No. Not that era. That was way back in sort of 79,
when did Safa get rolled into the
Amateur
League?
Yeah, so they went out. A lot of the clubs went out of the
Safa,
the Amateur League, and went and developed Safa.
That's it.
Safa, I think, ran for about 3 or 4 seasons. And
was that all?
Yeah, it wasn't long. And used to get shown on 9 on a Sunday. Remember, all the games were on a Sunday.
They did. They had someone that was backing them.
Yeah, it was
as that breakaway.
It was a breakaway group.
Didn't last long.
No, well, it eventually came back. I think they brokered a deal and got them back into the comp. Yeah, so there you go. Good old
history.
Days.
Yeah, there's plenty there. 822 300 00. All-time melees. We'll take more of your calls straight after we check traffic.
Afternoon at Felixstowe, Harvey Motorcycle, Paynham Road at the 3-point intersection. Vale Parkerburst, Watermain, North East Road near Ascot Avenue, and Woodville Gardens, a crash getting sorted there too. Hanson Road near the Arndale Shopping Centre. Camera, Dalkeith Road at Seaford Rise. Porto has your hunger sorted with their $9.95 meal deals. Pulled chicken, loaded chips, or quarter flame grilled chicken, or a pulled chicken burger and a meal. Just $9.95 at a Porto. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G,
the 5AA Sports Show.
Hi, Brady Bit here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. Everyone here is back on deck and ready to do deals on a huge range of 2025 plate Mazdas. Stop dreaming and kick off the year in a shiny new Mazda. All models and colours are available and they're ready to roll with immediate delivery. No gimmicks, only the best customer support for you and your shiny new Mazda. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Do you experience seasonal allergies? Make your symptoms count. If you're aged 18 to 55 and are otherwise healthy, you could be eligible to take part in a CMAX clinical trial. Your participation will help researchers investigate a potential allergy treatment. Spend 5 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD, attend multiple follow-up visits, and get paid for your time. Join today and help make allergy season easier for everyone. Interested? Register now at cmax.com.au.
Now, some important information about Solar Power Direct. The federal cheaper home battery scheme is changing from May 1st this year. the rebate value will be reduced significantly. So if a home storage battery is on your radar, you really need to get in touch with Solar Power Direct now.
No, do it now because it's great. Great savings. Born and bred right here in Adelaide, Solar Power Direct offer advanced all-in-one systems designed to slash power bills, prepare your home for future EV ownership. And I'm telling you, it won't be too long before we've all got EV.
There you go. And if you're looking for credibility, well, Solar Power Direct have built the largest renewable energy showroom in South Australia, and they employ a dedicated team and a home battery solar experts.
Well done. So the key takeaways are this. Act on home battery storage before May 1 this year. Get in touch with Solar Power Direct. No fuss, clear understanding and absolute quality and service in all things solar and home battery storage, because you can go into there and you go and your head's spinning.
Well,
now, they
yeah.
keep it easy.
Well, this is what you need to do. Go and see the must-see interactive showroom. It's at 314 Torrens Road, Croydon Park. That address again, 314 Torrens Road, Croydon Park. Or jump online at solarpowerdirect.com.au.
On Booking.com, it's easy to book your holiday home. And thanks to no hidden fees, there's no more.
Guys, found an apartment. Wait. Added fees?
We don't do sneaky added fees, so you can go from home to holiday home with no dramas.
And relax.
On Booking.com, finding a holiday home's easy. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, because we know paint at Rowey's.
So, visit Rowey's. And while you're there, join Rowey's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Rowey's.
Hi, I'm Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. A new year brings new beginnings, and Adelaide's property market is already alive with opportunity. Dream homes are being listed, offers are being made, and those ready to act are already a step ahead. At Toop and Toop, we don't just open doors. We help you move towards what's next. So if 2026 is your year for change, we're here to help you take the next step with confidence. We've proudly been South Australia's trusted advisors in real estate since 1985. Visit toop.com.au today.
The FIVEAA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
9 minutes to 5. Tom Mitchell is going to join us after 5 o'clock. He's hanging up the boots after a long career, and we're taking your calls as well. And we have a double pass to give away for you to see Adelaide United this Friday night as they take on Macarthur at home. It is going to be a warm one. They've pushed back the start time to 7:35. But if you'd like to head along, 8223 0055 is the comp line number to win them. But we have been talking about all-time melees, a bit like this one.
Wallace is fouled, and Wallace did. Wallace, right at our chest. This has potential to be serious if they don't get between. Wallace upset. Players trying to hold each other off.
Yes, that was the malice in the palace that we spoke about a little earlier in the show. That was in the US. That was crazy.
That was the Detroit Pistons?
And Indiana, and it went into the crowd.
Pacers.
Yeah, there's a documentary online if you want to watch it, Malice in the Palace. I think it's on Netflix.
Okay,
It's a good 45 minutes or so.
Is it? Okay.
It's a cracker.
A good ding-dong, a good brawl. You got one, Brucey?
Yeah, there's one coming up this weekend, boys. How are you?
All right, Bruce, all right.
Yeah, UFC 325 is coming to Sydney from Las Vegas. So they got Volkanovski fighting and defending his belt against Lopez.
Yes.
So that's going to be a big one, especially in Australia and Sydney.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to seeing that. There was one fight that stood out in my mind when I was a kid. My dad used to bring me from the country to the city. We used to watch the Norwood game. And I reckon it was a final, and I reckon it was Craig Barn, was it?
Yeah, it was. 84. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's the one. 84. Yeah, that's the one. Because he had a bottle of wine to celebrate that.
Good man.
Right.
That's all we got time for, Bruce. Thanks very much.
Because Timmy played in that game. Norwood v Port.
Gavin's texting here, Rowey, saying, I think there was a fight in the Norwood Tunnel between West and Norwood at Norwood. Do you remember that at all?
Nah.
What
Ian's
year,
trying
Gavin?
to... Yeah.
What year? Because
Gavin, sorry?
we did have to share the same race. As coming out. So one team would come from the under-19s rooms and Norwood would come from their rooms.
In the middle
and sometimes you came off the ground, sometimes come out the ground.
Together.
Same time.
Interesting. Good story.
Are we the only ground that did that?
No, Glenelg. Glenelg was another one that you had to go through the same race.
Was too.
Yeah, at times
South
Adelaide Oval.
The old Panther Park?
South Adelaide used to use Adelaide Oval and you'd have to go on the same race there as well.
Race.
So yeah, it happened.
Port
and
Adelaide
West
didn't.
Adelaide.
West Adelaide did.
Same
Still
race.
do.
And yeah, so it always, if it was a bit, argy-bargy just before half-time, it was always a volatile situation going towards that.
Well, it was more the choice words and the sledging than anything.
And the doggies as well, you went down the same race.
Too.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot
good.
of them.
Yeah, we'll see we can play together and stay together. Hello, Ange.
G'day, boys. How are you?
All right. What do you got for us?
Mate, the Darren Lockyer, Mal Meninga era in State of Origin NRL, you cannot pick one game back in their era that it wasn't a big brawl.
Bring on the biff.
Oh, McGaw came through, took a cheap to the Meninga, and now it's on. Oh, punches thrown left and right here.
Steady.
Rights and lefts. He had a real go at him here. And Meninga dragged out of it. McGaw had a go at him. Suddenly, a bit of feeling in this game.
Oh, 2001, you heard Sam in the background. The NRL about 5 years ago had this big campaign about bring back the biff. You've sanitised the game too much. You're worrying too much about all that sort of stuff. The Mal Meninga, Wally Lewis era, Alfie Langer and that, you can nearly name every player, the Johns brothers and that. Well, bring back the biff.
Well, that was actually through the Channel 9 footy show that the NRL used to have, and it was a very popular show for
Similar
a long
to
time.
ours.
And it was round about, I think, the 2000s and something that they did that campaign as a bit of a...
bring back the biff.
And I think it was Matty Johns that did a little film clip of it and the like.
Yeah.
Well, New South Wales were getting beat up by Queensland at the time, and Paul Gallen took it upon himself to bring back the biff.
And he did bring back the biff.
And then he ended up
having a career in boxing.
Yeah, afterwards.
Yeah,
so.
well done. Hello, Johnny at Port Augusta.
Hello, you little South Fremantle Nord bogan bug.
Oh, God, I love Johnny. You put a smile on my face, buddy.
Go East Fremantle, go the Mighty Sharks.
Yeah, well, I'm a
Fremantle.
Yeah.
I know you are, so I went the other mob, the biggest rival.
Yeah,
but, the 1991 SAFL Grand Final.
Yeah, it was.
That was a disgrace. I was there.
It's messy,
It
wasn't it?
was a disgrace. Daryl Hart kicked 7 goals and did 1 or 2 things that were a bit average. So, but it was. I was there as a 23-year-old, and it was a disgrace. But
Well, I don't think you want to see that in the game.
No.
I'm with you, Johnny. I like a good Mallee, a good biff, in good... I don't know if you can have it in good gesture and good fun, but King hits from behind.
Yeah.
I'm not for that.
No.
There's a lot of people, Rowey, you hear about people get knocked out and hooks and all that sort of stuff. I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying, let's, knock each other out from behind and lift our elbow and put his jaw on the other side of his
It's probably
face.
a bit like last night where it just got out of hand.
Real.
Just got a bit out of hand and the like, and became a bit of a melee.
Men are allowed to be men, surely.
People going through and in and out of the contest and the like. But, yes, Johnny, that's a good point. The
Johnny.
one thing that does get lost in that grand final was Daryl Hart kicked 7.
Outstanding.
Was Jack Odie medalist.
Outstanding.
My God, he could kick for goal. He
God,
was
he
so
could play.
good.
Let's take you back quickly.
And it's on. The emotion overflows as it often does. Expect the unexpected in a grand final. For the President and Burton having a real go. Parsons comes in as well, and it is getting out of hand now.
Yep, the classic bloodbath. So at 3 minutes to 5, we'll take more of your calls for a $50 Pals voucher. All-time melees in sport. 8223 0000. Tom Mitchell to join us after the news.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show.
Hey, it's Lauren here from Adelaide, and if you're like me and you love a good bargain from your local chemist, check out Star Discount Chemist. They're all about great value and helping your family stay healthy. Go in store or online for click and collect and delivery. Star Discount Chemist. How can we help?
The Diary of a CEO keeps going where other conversations stop and keeps asking the hard questions worth answering. Keep good company with the Diary of a CEO podcast.
Paradise Mazda's summer clearance is on now. Turn up the heat on savings with great deals across our entire new demo and used range. From the sleek City CX range, tough BT50s or family SUVs. There's never been a better time to upgrade your drive this summer. Hot offers, cool cars and incredible value, but only for a limited time. Run into Paradise Mazda today and drive away with a deal that feels just right. MVD 1370.
Here's another top tyre tip from Tyre Power. There's nothing like the acceleration and handling that a performance car delivers. But you need to make sure you have the tyres to match. Choosing the right performance tyre for your pride and joy and your driving style is so important. So talk to the performance tyre experts at Tyre Power and get the power of advice you can trust. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local independent owner.
Well, it's fair to say we all have a bit of clutter at home and in our workplace. I know I did.
Well, that's right.
Till I mentioned Charmin.
Yeah, and thankfully, clutter and mess is no match for Charmin shelving. Now, imagine a space where everything has a place and it's easy to access. That's like, well, that is Charmin shelving. It just makes life so much easier.
Wow, that Shui Hui or Fu Shong, whatever you called it.
Feng Shui, but
that's the one.
But this was that was more of a Zen moment.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, Bill and George and Christine will give you that Zen moment. They'll come to your home, office, workspace or shed. They do a measure up. They design, deliver and assemble the perfect storage solution in a great range of colours to suit any decor.
Yeah, look, everyone needs a little Charmin in their life. Just have a look at them at 412 North East Road, Windsor Gardens. Go inside, take a look. Their showroom and office now is next door to the big white building, so make sure you enter via Albert Street.
They'll solve it for you. You can jump online as well, charminshelving.com.au, or just take a look at Facebook.
Cunard's triple onboard spend sale is on now with Phil Hoffman Travel. Sail in timeless elegance on board a Cunard Queen and discover iconic destinations across the Mediterranean, Europe, Alaska and beyond. Receive up to US $1,490 onboard spend per couple to use on indulgent dining, spa treatments, shore excursions and more. Offer ends 30th of March. Phil Hoffman Travel voted Australia's most outstanding travel agency in 2025. Visit pht.com.au.
This week at IGA, there's Peter's Drumstick 24-pack selected varieties, only $20 each. Can't believable prices. Now at your local IGA. Offer ends February 3. Participating stores only. Excludes IGA, local grocer and Foodland.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Clear and down to 25 overnight, mostly sunny and a top of 41 tomorrow. Good evening with the 5 o'clock news. I'm Tamira Francis. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says the Commonwealth will have options if the states are unable to come to an agreement at a national cabinet meeting tomorrow. The discussion will attempt to find consensus on hospital funding over the next 5 years. The states and territories rejected a $23 billion offer from Canberra last month, but Mr Albanese is warning his government's resources are finite.
We're not an ATM. We have to make sure that we're responsible going forward. We understand a number of state budgets are under pressure as well, but I've been having constructive discussions with state and territory leaders.
Speaking of state budgets, a boost for around 40,000 public servants' pay packets in South Australia. They're set to pocket an extra $100 a week under a new deal. It will go to a vote tomorrow after months of industrial action. The PSA's Charlotte Watson says they haven't been earning what their interstate counterparts have.
Yeah, that's been our concern during these negotiations, which have been protracted now. They've been going for well over 12 months, with the last pay increase being August 2024. And in that last agreement, they received just 6% over 6 years, so they have fallen well and truly behind.
It leaves only nurses to negotiate a new pay deal with the state government. Back to federal politics, talks between Liberal leadership aspirants Andrew Hastie and Angus Taylor have reportedly reached a stalemate. The pair has met with other key Conservatives in Melbourne to discuss a looming challenge to Susan Lee's position. The factional rivals are among a number of Liberal figures gathered in the Victorian capital for the funeral of former MP Katie Allen. In the Nationals camp, Senator Bridget McKenzie assures David Littleproud has the full backing of the party room amid a push to challenge his leadership. Following the coalition split, MP Colin Boyce will move a spill motion on Monday against Mr Littleproud. Senator McKenzie says she doesn't believe the move carries any weight, however. A southern suburbs man has been arrested in relation to online child sex offences. A joint task force between the AFP and SAPOL led to the arrest of the 66-year-old male yesterday. Investigations identified the man allegedly shared 15 child exploitation videos online, resulting in the execution of search warrants at residential addresses in South Australia and Queensland, where electronic devices were seized. He's bailed to front court in March. With the mercury set to soar tomorrow to 41 degrees in the Adelaide CBD, heatwave conditions have been forecast across the state. An extreme warning has been issued for the North East District. Severe conditions are expected for the York Peninsula, Riverland, Murraylands, Mid-North, Flinders and North West districts tomorrow. Locals are encouraged to limit time outside with this weather. This comes as several fires continue to burn near Berry in the Riverland, where the temperature has hit 40 degrees today. Now turning to FIVEAA sport. Ahead of the Women's Australian Open semi-finals, 4 players have already created their own piece of history. Shane McInnes has the details from Melbourne Park.
For the first time in 31 years at a Grand Slam, all 4 women who have reached the semi-finals have done so without dropping a set. It goes to show their dominance over the last week and a half, but tonight only 2 can prevail. Aryna Sabalenka has not lost a semi-final here in Melbourne and should be able to account for Elena Svitolina, who she's lost to just once in their previous 6 matches. Jessica Pegula plays Elena Rybakina in the second of tonight's semis. Pegula has never previously reached the final here at the Australian Open, while Rybakina was runner-up to Sabalenka in 2023.
Earlier today, wildcard doubles duo Jason Kubler and Mark Polmans advanced to the men's doubles final. And in the NBL, 10 players and coaches have been referred to the NBL game review panel after a wild brawl in last night's match between the Adelaide 36ers and Brisbane Bullets on the Gold Coast. They have until tonight to make submissions from the 36ers, Zylan Cheaton and Nick Rakocevic. And assistant coach Kerry Williams referred. Adelaide easily won the game, thankfully, to stay on top of the ladder and advance to the Ignite Cup final. And in the AFL, Liam Duggan and Liam Baker have been named co-captains for the West Coast Eagles. Duggan continues as co-captain for a 3rd straight season, while Baker takes on the role after claiming the John Worsfold medal in his first season at the club. That's all in sport. Now checking 5AA traffic.
And Felixstowe, Carvey motorcycle, Paynham Road at the 3-point intersection, Vale Park, Burst Waterbay, North East Road near Ascot Avenue, and Crowfoot's West a breakdown causing delays on the freeway near the tunnels. Busy South Road, Edwardstown with the camera, Sir Ross Smith Boulevard, Oakton. Head to Chemist Warehouse and save more money every year on your regular medication with discounted prescriptions in every store every day. Shop Chemist Warehouse today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clearing down to 25 overnight, mostly sunny and a scorching 41 degrees tomorrow. Saturday, partly cloudy and 32. Sunday, it's 25 and partly cloudy again. Monday, sunny and 30. Right now, it is 34 degrees on 5AA. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Radless.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack at the Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
There's a lot to love about Rusden Wines. Each wine is made by hand on their Vinevale property in the heart of the Barossa, and every bottle has a story to tell. Like the Shiraz Cab Blend, Ripper Creek. It'll hit you like a hip and shoulder in a velvet suit. Big, plummy punch up front. This cab brings a bit of backbone, and the finish is all cigars and serious business. The Rusden family, 7 generations, great growers. So next time you're up the hill, drop into the Rusden cellar door and make your next red a Rusden.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA. Adelaide's only local sports show. The 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, 7 after 5, premiership winning Brownlow medalist Tom Mitchell after hanging up the boots. 36ers import John Jenkins takes us into that brutal melee in Brisbane last night. plus win tickets to their next home game, and we'll talk soccer with Craig Foster.
Rowey and Timmy G. The FIVEAA Sports Show.
Yeah, after an incredible career, and it was amazing, 207 games for the Sydney Swans, Hawthorn and Collingwood, a premiership and a Brownlow medal. He's called it a day. I speak none other than the champ himself, Tom Mitchell. Congratulations on a great career, Tom.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
No, thank you, mate. First of all, as a junior coming through and the like, where did the passion for footy come from?
Oh, it simply came from watching my dad play in the AFL, and I was always a kid that was surrounded by footy. Dad, once he finished playing, went into coaching at Carlton Footy Club, which then was at Hawthorn and then Fremantle Dockers. So I was always around it. I knew that's what I always wanted to do.
When you get that first opportunity and it's at Sydney, one of the clubs your dad played for, was that a big moment?
Oh, it was massive, yeah. It was the dream that became a reality. And my situation was a little different because I actually, after the under-16s national championships, had a really good carnival and was able to sign my contract a little earlier than most kids, knowing that I was going to head there. So I probably knew in year 11 at school that my future was going to be playing in the AFL, and then to play for as long as I did was just something to be really proud of.
When did you sort of realise, I'm not too bad at this game?
Well, I guess as a junior, I always, had the ability to find the footy, or so people tell me. So
yeah, you never get in trouble for that.
No. So, the passion definitely started in Auskick and then to junior footy. And then I think a crossroads moment was actually missing out on the under-15 state Victorian team. And that sort of spurred me on to the next year where I had a really good carnival and then, was able to have a few AFL contracts from the Swans and the Giants on the table and make a decision to kickstart the career.
Well done. You said you knew early because you had a contract in year 11. Did you knuckle down for school from then on, or you just knew you were going to destined to be
playing pinball?
Yeah.
Fish and chip shop.
Exactly.
No, I did knuckle down at school.
Good.
My parents were pretty keen on me to do really well at school, so I'm not sure if an ATAR means much these days anyway.
No.
With what they mean for kids in the future. But I think I got like a 93 ATAR, so I did knuckle down to the books and had a real go. So I'm not sure if it's going to do anything for me these days, but it was something that I applied myself to for sure.
We'll get to what's next. We want to celebrate your career, and it was a mighty one. Over 200 games, premiership player, Brownlow medalist, All-Australian multiple times, and Hawks B&F. We'll get to all that. How tough was it being a father-son? I played against Barry. He was a dogged, terrific Swans in and under midfielder slash rover. Was it tough under his shadow, or you came from underneath it quite quick?
I never felt the pressure, to be honest, and I think that was probably helped by the fact that he never put any pressure on me. And
Good.
Yeah, I never really felt that. I look at other players coming through, whether it be a Gary Ablett Jr., maybe a Jack Silvani, who have had dads who have been absolute, Hall of Fame players of the game, whether they feel the pressure even more, they may, but my dad was always very supportive of me, just giving my best, and that's all I could do. So I never actually felt that pressure from him or the football world.
Good. They made you work for it hard with the Swans. I never felt like, maybe you can answer that, whether you felt like you had team security or whatnot, but you moved to Hawthorn. Tell us about that and how good a move it ended up for you, Tom.
No, it was a great move, and it was a move that needed to happen. As you touched on, I lacked the opportunity up in Sydney to play consistent midfield minutes. And when I did play, I was sort of off the bench or playing a bit of half forward, and Hawthorn just presented an opportunity to go and play and do what I did well and go, get after the ball and win the ball and tackle and do all the things that made me as a player. So I was grateful for that opportunity.
You had Alistair Clarkson as a coach, and we know Alistair's record is quite impressive in itself. What did he add to your game?
I think he just gave me a lot of confidence and he removed a lot of anxiety. I think Sydney, those days were pretty brutal in terms of how some footy clubs are run, in terms of, the meetings were quite ruthless. If you're in the wrong spot at the wrong time, or if you do the wrong thing, you get hit over the head with a candle. That's what it felt like. And then at Hawthorn, it felt like you were a bit more praised for what you were good at and allowed to play with a bit more freedom, which I thrived on because it allowed me to play with less anxiety and just go do what I was good at.
Well, Alistair, he wasn't always that attentive. This is you at the Brownlow Medal.
I'll just start with the Hawthorn Football Club. Thanks so much for the opportunity you've given me. Clarko seems pretty interested. That's the last time I'm going to give him a mention.
He had nodded off during your speech.
I think he's pretty unlucky that night, Clarko. So he was actually positioned behind the stage in the most awkward spot. So I think he was half leaning with his ear trying to listen because he was actually in the very, very front corner of the room and actually couldn't see. So in his defence, he was trying to tune in, but it did look like he was sleeping.
You did have another moment with Hawthorn where they decide that they're going to, strip the older players out and the like. How was that for you? And then what a blessing in disguise. You go and play in a flag at Collingwood. But how was your feelings at that moment?
No, it was a move that came at a perfect time. Obviously, going on to win a premiership is what it's all about, and maybe that opportunity would have slipped away if the move never happened. So sometimes in footy, I think that both club and player get a sense of change and things changing, and definitely felt that Hawthorn was heading down a path of youth with, guys like myself, Jago O'Meara, Ben McAvoy, Liam Shields. We all left at the same time. So, they were clearly heading in a new direction and had a strategy around that, and the older players moved on. And thankfully for me, I landed in a position where I landed on my feet, really, at a great club and went on to win a flag, which is awesome.
And well done. It was a terrific year for Collingwood. 106 games at Hawthorn for 3 best and fairest to All-Australians and a Brownlow. I mean, you couldn't get better than that. That is just unbelievable. 2018, 54 disposals versus Collingwood. I reckon they must have remembered that game, and that's why they said, he's around. Tell us about that game. 54. I think it's still a record, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Harry Sheasel might have equalled
it. Okay.
He did, yeah. Sheasel equalled it last year, which my phone was blowing up that day, and I thought something bad was going on. I checked, and they said Sheasel's coming for you. But, yeah, that's cool to share it with him. He actually lives in my street, so we bump into each other and have a good laugh about that quite often. But,
incredible.
Yeah, in terms of that game, I actually didn't know what the record was, and I heard a weird cheer in the crowd late in that game. I honestly thought someone must have sculled a beer and the crowd was erupting. I got interviewed post-game and they said, you've just broke the record for most disposals in the game. I said, honestly, I had no idea. So that was not something I went out to try to achieve. It just happened.
Yeah, well done. And you played that way. They're just on the 54. Were there any cheapies, any old 1-2s?
Oh, man, 100%. To get 54, you need a few pop too.
Good boy. Good answer. And Thomas, the high of a Brownlow to the low of that horrendous injury. I mean, it wasn't all your way this career, so it's a mighty one. Talks to us about that low time.
Yeah, well, that was all in the space of a couple of months. I went from the end of 2018, winning the Brownlow, winning the Lee Matthews Trophy, which is essentially the MVP voted by the players, All-Australian, best and fairest. I was at the absolute peak of my power, and heading into the next pre-season, I was fitter, stronger. I was going to be better because I was quite young when I did win the Brownlow. I was 25.
Right.
And, had, I guess, my prime years ahead of me. And then first session of the pre-season had someone come across my leg and just absolutely mangled it. So, yeah, I was flipped on its head, and it was a 180 for the worst pretty quickly.
Gee, that would have been hard to deal with, coming off a year like that. The resilience you must have showed, and then the confidence in yourself and how hard you worked to get it back. Do you think you ever got it back to where it needed to be, Tom?
Well, I reckon I got close. 2021, I had a great season. 2020, the year I came back, I think I came second in the best and fairest. So I was pretty close to winning it, but not that you just judge your game on that. But it's a tough one. I don't know. I feel like for games and patches I did, but probably not consistently week after week playing at a high level as 2018. I don't think I've reached that. That was my best season, and I don't think I've reached the heights of that season again. So you could make a case to say no.
Okay.
You moved to Collingwood, and you spoke about the differences at Hawthorn and the way you felt. What was different about Collingwood, and especially, I think it was Craig McRae's second season as coach. What was the vibe for you, and what did you get out of Collingwood?
I got everything out of Collingwood in terms of what they gave me. I felt so embraced walking the doors, and Fly's approach is just so warm and makes you feel so valued. And I think that's why players love playing there, is because he embraces every single role player within the team, celebrates people. He celebrates people across the whole club. Every Friday they do a meeting called Side by Side where every staff member and player comes in, and he'll shout out someone from the membership team who's done a great job this week and someone from the media team who's, hit a PB, and we literally just celebrate people. And I think coming to work feeling that good about yourself is why people give their all for that club, and that's off the back of the culture he's built.
That sounds awesome. What about when you played at 3 clubs? Where do you sort of consider home is?
It's a tough one. They are all home in different ways. Like, I've got the family ties at Sydney. I've got Hawthorn, where I played my best footy, and my son, who I'll be having in a month's time, will be eligible there if he wants to play footy. And then Collingwood, tied to the club forever, being a premiership player. So you can make a case for all of them.
A lot of people dream about a fairy tale ending. You didn't quite get one, and a fairy tale ending would be winning a grand final and then retiring and saying good night. It's sitting comfortably with you, Tom. Your call. You done?
No, it wasn't really my call, to be honest. I would have loved to keep playing at some level, but I sit comfortable knowing the fact I couldn't have tried anymore. There was actually a game, and no one really knows about this game. There was a game we played, Collingwood VFL versus Geelong VFL, just before the AFL grand final last year, and that was probably, no one saw it because it was a private game down in Geelong, but I think that was probably the best game I'd ever played at Collingwood, bar maybe the grand final.
Wow.
There's nothing to brag about playing well in a VFL game, but that was the shape I got myself into. I was absolutely raring to go, and when Pendles went down to the prelim, if we got through, I would have probably played in that grand final. So I almost did have the fairy tale, but it just didn't happen.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, Tom, a mighty career. To play over 200 games, I think less than 5% of all AFL players do that. To be a premiership player, and you've done it at a great club at Collingwood, a Brownlow medalist, what a year. The All-Australians, the best and fairest. You sound like a great lad. You work your absolute butt off to be as good as you have been, Tom. Be very proud of that, mate. Actually, before we let you go, what is next?
What's next is I've been chipping away at a media company and platform the last 5 years called Ball Magnet, for anyone that wants to follow along on Instagram or TikTok. And it's owned by myself, Paddy Cripps, Josh Giddey in the NBA, and Jack Ginnivan's actually coming on board full-time this year for a weekly show. So we're a podcast that produces multiple shows, and I'll be going full-time there and producing a lot of media, which I'm pumped for.
Oh, excellent, mate. Well, gee, that's a good lineup. You've done well.
It's a good crew. So, yeah, Ball Magnets, if you want to check it out, lads, and jump on board and have a listen.
Absolutely. I like the sound of that. So we'll get onto that, Rowey, and maybe improve our game.
My word. Hey, Tom, be proud, mate. Well done for the next chapter as well, and good luck in fatherhood just around next month, I think you said. So thanks for your time, Tom.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. See ya.
Well done.
Well done, Tom Mitchell.
There. Just
Amazing.
read the record.
Amazing. That's what they say. Read the record, and it's a bloody good one.
Remember that 2018 year? God, he was good.
Yeah.
He was the clear best player. And when your peers vote you in the Lee Matthews MVP, there's no shade of doubt.
It's funny. Everybody has strengths and obviously things that they're not particularly good at. But this guy, like I said, you never get in trouble for finding the footy.
No.
And that was his gift. He could find the ball and amazing. Great distributor of the ball too. So that was his gift, and sounds like right up until late last year, he was finding it time and time again.
Was that a Jack one that he used to say? You never get in trouble finding the ball.
Yep, correct.
That's Jack.
You can't believe it, can you?
No.
Here's traffic, 22 after 5.
Afternoon, seeing quite big delays with a car and motorcycle crash at Felixstowe, Paynham Road at the 3-point intersection, Marlene South, 3 down, South Road near James Colton Drive, and Vale Park Burst Waterway in the Savo, North East Road near Ascot Avenue. Camera East Parkway, Lights View, and Grand Boulevard at Seaford Rise. Looking for a spacious SUV? Test drive the Geely Starray EMI Super Hybrid from $39,990 drive away, plus $1,000 test drive bonus. Offer ends Jan 31. Conditions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
FIVEAA is celebrating local businesses across Adelaide, like Can Do Hearing, offering SA's largest independent range of hearing aids, with 9 locations across Adelaide, including the newly expanded Blackwood Clinic. FIVEAA, supporting local, celebrating SA.
It's been a busy 4 years for the Liberals. They picked a new leader, but it didn't end well. Remember that cocaine photo? Then came Tarzia. His deputy quit, then weeks before the election, he quit too. So what's that? 4 leaders in 4 years? That's not even the worst of it. They say they're tough on crime, but since you last voted, a former state Liberal has been convicted of serious drug offences, another charged with domestic violence, and one even jailed for theft. All that in just 4 years. Imagine 4 more. Authorised A. Burke, Australian Labor Party, Adelaide.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot. Business too small to be noticed by those global car rental companies? Well, you can rely on Red Spot to look after you. We love renting to small businesses because we used to be one. We're the only Aussie family-owned car rental company in airport terminals and cities across Australia. And right now, Red Spot is giving you spot-on savings of 15% off every vehicle at every location. Book direct and save at redspot.com.au/radio. T's and C's apply.
Red Spot. Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes are definitely in the spirit of giving, especially when it comes to the Mitsubishi Outlander ES. Now, you can drive it away from just $39,990. Yep, that's correct. You heard correctly. $39,990. Now, they've always given great service. Everybody knows that, but they get great finance too, great trade-ins, great range, and if they say they're going to do something, Stephen, they will do it.
They're doers, there's no question. Don't miss the opportunity to get behind the wheel of a new Mitsubishi Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990. That is unbelievable.
What else do you get?
To get a new car, if you're looking at getting a new car, get into Mitsubishi Agostino. Now, how good is this? It comes with a 10-year warranty, 10-year cap price servicing. Get into Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes and get yourself a Mitsubishi Outlander ES.
So you live on the gazillionth floor of an apartment building, and you were told no flies up here, mate. Guess what? They're wrong. Flies, mozzies, and even birds. How do you keep them out? How do you keep your pets in? Phantom Screens, that's how. Phantom Screens have retractable screen solutions for almost any situation. Single doors, sliding doors, stackers, you name it. Keep the creepy crawlies out and let the fresh air in. phantomscreens.com.au. Phantom Screens. Now you see it. Now you don't.
Here's another powerful reason to choose Tyre Power. We're 100% Aussie owned and 100% independent. And we reckon that's more important than ever. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local independent owner.
Tony Hadley, former lead singer from one of the biggest bands of the 80s, Spandau Ballet, hits Adelaide this March. Alongside the fabulous TH Band, Tony performs all the Spandau Ballet hits you know and love, including True, Gold, Through the Barricades, plus solo material. Tony Hadley, March 18, AEC Theatre. Don't miss your chance to hear some of the biggest hits of the 80s. Final tickets at ticketek.com.au.
The FIVEAA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Yeah, no, I'm good. You know, just like a little banged up, nothing crazy though. I'm just glad that nobody got hurt in that situation and everybody was okay, and that's the biggest thing. Unfortunate what happened, but like I said, I'm just glad nobody was hurt. It wasn't too big of a deal.
Thanks to Channel 10. That's Nick Rakocevic, who was involved in that brawl last night, one of our 36ers. We'll hear from John Jenkins, who's a 36ers import, straight after 5:30 on our program. But there is a statement that's come out on social media from Nick Rakocevic as well.
Certainly has. He wanted to put out there, I was the one that was being pulled to the ground. And during that whole situation, I tried to get up. As I was being held down, I was pushed in the back. I tried to do everything I could to get out of that situation. I would never do anything to get my teammates involved in something like that. Anyone who knows me will vouch for that. To my teammates, coaches, staff and fans, I apologise.
It sounds to me like Brisbane, as far as their hierarchy, now a player making a statement on social media, pointing the finger solely at us, that we were the instigator.
Yep.
Well, how about the baboon that kept grabbing our bloke and flicking him around and grabbing his shirt, and just because our man fell on him clumsily, Tom Warhurst style.
The whole thing got out of hand.
It did.
Simple as that.
It's a good melee, and that's our topic. 82230000. What is a good melee? Any sport, any level. We'd love to hear it. Not that we're encouraging it, because we're getting text. Oh, Rowey, you thug. No, I'm not. Love it. Bring back the Biff head. Now, that's...
Hang on. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just...
You just said we're not encouraging it, and you said bring back the Biff.
Okay, that's a fair call. Now, the AFL, Timmy, the AFL today has released the first ever Australian football headgear standard. So prior to today, today's release, there's been no formal performance standard for headgear in Australian football. Now, I think this is going to encourage more AFL players, amateur league players, and more so kids to seriously consider wearing a helmet. Now, it's a massive backflip because I'm led to believe with all the doctors and all the neurosurgeons that have spoken about helmets in AFL, and you would have heard them, Timmy, we've had them on this show over the years. Helmets help cuts and lacerations, but they cannot and will not be able to stop a brain which is bouncing in the head when you get a laceration or your head falls back, which is what we call a concussion. It can't stop that. So why are they now all of a sudden saying we've got a standard for a helmet?
Yeah.
What are they?
And I wonder what that
is.
Standard,
it litigation again?
I'm wondering what that standard is and what does that particular product look like? Because at the moment, I don't. From that statement, I don't know what it looks like or what the standard is.
We'll get to see them, but they've got this whole...
So it sounds like something's coming. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
it does.
It's interesting they've made an announcement without announcing what it is.
Yeah. And
so we got a statement.
Yeah,
we've got
to your
standard.
Point, you are correct because that's why the NFL. That's why the NFL who wear helmets have so many concussion things because it's not about.
It doesn't stop. The brain wobbling
around
in your head, again, hitting your skull, and that's what a concussion is. Hello there, Kathy at Paracombe.
Hello, how are you? Hello, Timmy.
Hey, Kathy, how are you, mate?
Rowey, sorry.
Kath.
About the melee, on last Wednesday night, I go out and watch my grandson play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
The umpiring out there, they've been there for years. They're older umpires. They do not pick up the rough stuff. You have young kids playing adult men who try and take out the kids every week. Last week I walked in and I said to the coordinator, are you umpiring tonight? And he goes, no. And I said, we should, because it's been bordering on dangerous the last 2 weeks. Sure enough, in the game, there was elbows, big blokes taking out the young skinny guys. Sure enough, then they punched one of our guys and there was a big melee. I blame umpires a lot of time because they do not pick up the rough and dirty stuff. They let it go.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the things you've got to curb straight away. It's the old story, if you let something go, then something worse tends to happen. And I've got to say, in Australian rules, that's one thing that I think we're all proud of is that rough stuff or the dirty stuff has been taken out of the game.
You can call into the show 8223 0000 just like Kathy has. It's time for the 5:30 headlines and we'll get more info from John Jenkins from the 36ers next.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good evening, Tamira Francis with the 5:30 news headlines. Months of industrial action has amounted to a pay deal offer with the state's public servants. Extreme fire dangers and total fire bans have been declared for the West Coast, Eastern Eyre and York Peninsulas. The CFS are continuing to respond to multiple fires southwest of Berry in the Riverland. And in sport, Aussie wildcards Jason Kubler and Mark Polmans have advanced to the men's double final at the Australian Open. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon in the Parkland. She's chockers with traffic due to a smash Hackney Road near Cambridge Street, just near the Botanic Gardens there. Felix Doe, Carvey motorcycle, Payneham Road at the 3-point intersection with delays, and Vale Park, big delays at the Burst Waterway Northeast Road near Ascot Avenue. Camera South Terrace, Paraka. Spotlights over $25 million clearance sales and with bathhouse from $8, Queen Bed Bed Linen from $40 plus more. While stocks last, at Spotlight, exclusions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast. Windy but clear and down to 25 overnight. Mostly sunny and 41 the top tomorrow. Right now it is 34 degrees. We'll have more news for you at 6 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Senior Constable Matt Hale joins us. Matt, one of your colleagues was assaulted in Pulteney Street.
Will Goodings.
The police were called to a fast food restaurant on Pulteney Street late last night. Police confronted the man who immediately punched the police officer in the face.
David Penberthy.
It's absolutely bloody disgusting hearing that story.
5AA Breakfast.
Most people who work in these fast food joints, a lot of them are kids.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Let's hope this bloke gets the book thrown at him.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Buckle up and turn it up in the new Mitsubishi Outlander. With luxurious massage seats up front and dynamic Yamaha sound all round. It's a bit rock and roll. Add to that leather seats, panoramic sunroof, bold lines and premium tech, and you're ready to pull out of that rockstar park and get the show on the road. New Mitsubishi Outlander, backed by Mitsubishi 1010 and ready to rock. Available on selected models, T's and C's apply.
Well, isn't this ideal? Prime position on the deck, blue skies, smooth seas. How good are cruises?
Make your cruise booking a breeze, and you could win a $5,000 REA travel voucher for your next holiday. Search REA Cruise today.
Whoa, watch the wings.
T's and C's exclusions and eligibility criteria apply. Promoter is REA. To enter, book and pay a deposit on a new ocean or river cruise with REA Travel by 28 February 2026. Full T's and C's available from travel.rea.com.au.
It's 11 o'clock, Saturday night. The power's out in your street. No lights, just quiet. Then you hear it. The dull thud of music coming from number 8. You draw closer, wondering, how? The door opens. You're invited in. With Solar Power Direct home battery storage, life goes on. Even when the power's out. solarpowerdirect.com.au.
This summer, keep your whole home fresh and cool with the new ducted evaporative cooling system from Mannix. Evaporative cooling is energy efficient, delivering fresh, clean air through every room without high running costs. If you need to change your old unit to the latest model or even replace your current system completely for a reverse cycle system, see the team at Mannix for a free evaluation. After 60 years, South Australians trust Mannix. Get a free quote today at...
There's one sign on Doothie Street Unley you must see. It's the Kirkbride Seafood sign. It changes daily, from fresh crays to Atlantic salmon, King George whiting, garfish and SA King prawns. All sustainably fished and processed on site at Kirkbride Seafood. Not some faraway factory. It's a good sign that you're getting the best you can get and so close to the city. See what's on the sign today. Kirkbride Seafood, Doothie Street Unley. KirkbrideSeafood.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
DJ from downtown, you bet. And a little bit of afters as well. Rakocevic is into it. This is absolutely on.
It's on
Jerry
here.
Taylor's over it. It's a clear the benches type brawl.
Let's get it on.
Where has this come from?
Yep, it was all on in the Gold Coast last night. How about those scenes?
Well, they were good. We love it. The Adelaide 36ers, well, they were made to earn their victory over the Brisbane Bullets. They won by 33 points. It was 107-74. It was action-packed. Joining us is our new recruit, and boy, has he fitted in like a glove, John Jenkins. John, welcome to the 36ers.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hope you've settled in. Now, we'll start with that little ding-dong. Where were you when the apparently fists were flying and the old sleeper hold was asserted?
I was on the bench, actually. I just got subbed out the game. So if you leave the bench, as you see, it's repercussions. So I didn't want any part of that. So I just stayed on the bench with my teammates. And it was unfortunate, but sometimes in basketball and in other sports, these things happen. So
yeah, they do. I think the opponent of ours, that Maldonado, is that how you pronounce his name? He was grabbing and pushing and elbowing, and I think he got his just desserts for mine, John.
Yeah, and in a heated battle, like I said, these things happen, and I've been in my fair share of these throughout my long career. So we're just trying to move on and get ready for the game Saturday.
Yeah, well done, and congratulations, because we're through to the final, the Unite Cup. That's on the 22nd of February. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's a feather in our cap. That's one we'd like to put away.
Yep, definitely want to get that one. Of course, there's money on the line, so I'm sure both teams will be playing extremely hard.
300,000. I think your players get 60% of it. I'd take a lick of that.
Yep, of course. Definitely.
Hey, John, Tim here. Congratulations on, your start to the 36ers campaign.
Been terrific.
You've come over, played New Zealand, the Kings Bullets. You've shot 24, 20, 19. As Rowey said, you've been able to pick it up and run with it straight away.
It's been pretty easy because my teammates and the coaching staff, they allow me to just play basketball and just play my style from the get-go. As easy as that sounds, like it's always hard to adjust, especially to a new country, a new style of basketball, and just a new setting in general. And coming to a winning team, I just wanted to be able to fit in. But they told me to just be myself. So far, so good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you probably wouldn't have seen a lot of Adelaide. You've been on the road a fair bit, haven't you, playing basketball? Hopefully you get a chance to see the fair city you're representing.
Yeah, I mean, I played for Adelaide in an away game before I even came to Adelaide to even see the city. So it's been an interesting week and a half. Been on the road like crazy, and we just got back to Adelaide. So I'm enjoying the nice weather. Got some recovery in today, and hopefully at some point I'll be able to see the city more.
Yeah, you will. You'll love it. It's a beautiful city to live in. John, where are you from in the States?
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, but I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. Does that get as hot as what it gets here? Yeah, we're going to be up around the 42s tomorrow.
Yeah, Atlanta gets pretty hot in the summertime. Right now, my house has some ice and everything around the area, so it's pretty cold right now. But in the summertime, it does get pretty hot. I'm not good with Celsius, but as far as Fahrenheit, it gets to in the hundreds sometimes. So, I would say it's similar. Yeah.
Oh, good. Hey, Bryce Cotton goes all right, doesn't he? What do you think of him as a teammate?
He's unbelievable. It's been so great for me to get to know him off the court as well, but on the court, we're just trying to make it work until we get some practice time together and get our chemistry better. But man, he's just a unbelievable person, player. I followed his career for a long time, and then just to get to know him as a person, he's everything and more.
Yeah, and everyone says that. It's a credit to him and kind words. Do you think you've got the team? I know you've only been there 3 weeks. Do you think you've got the team, the tactics, the coaching from what you've seen in this comp that we can go deep into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, we fully believe that we can do that. We still got time to get better and improve on some things. Obviously, me coming in last week or a week and a half ago is, shaking up some things and just trying to get our chemistry together, getting to know each other more on and off the court. I think hopefully, as the season goes on and we get to the playoffs, we'll play our best basketball at the right time.
Good.
When you travel together, John, when you land, say, in New Zealand, the like, do you get roomed out with a roommate, or do you get your own room these days?
It just depends on the road trip. Last road trip, we were able to get our own room. So, being 34 years old, I like to have my own room, but sometimes it's better to share just to get to know each other and stuff. So I'm used to that in college a lot. College, that was very big because they wanted you to create the camaraderie and, that type of thing. But I think it definitely pays off. And just being on the road in general, we're with each other 24/7 already. So it was great for me to get to know my teammates in that kind of setting.
How did Mike Wells summarise what took place last night, as far as not just the obviously the melee, but how did he summarise the actual game? Because it's sometimes when you get a game like that and they are trying to scrag you because they know that they haven't got the talent to beat you, how did he summarise, and was he happy with the way you guys handled it?
I believe he was. We just need to get better right now. We need to focus on ourselves, and each day coming to work, whether it's a practice or a game, a shoot around, and just come up with the intent to improve. So obviously the quarters mattered last night. We needed to win every quarter. We lost one, so we had a pretty good first half offensively, but defensively we had to be better. And I think in the second half we really turned it up and improved on those things. But like I said, we got some games to get better and some practices to really improve on some things that I know he wants to do.
I'll tell you what you're going to love this weekend is playing at home. You haven't yet. It's normally a full stadium. It's a great stadium to play basketball at, the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, John.
Yeah, I've heard so many great things. I don't even know how to get to the arena yet, so hopefully tomorrow I can figure out how to get there.
Well, you definitely need a roommate to help you there.
Yeah. So, no, I've heard so many great things, and just walking around the city recently, I've seen a lot of fans, and they've shown nothing but love, so I'm very grateful for all of that.
Well done. John, great to have you. We got some big things ahead. Finals, playoff. We've got that cup coming up on the 22nd of Feb. You fitted in brilliantly. We hope you enjoy it. When you enjoy it, you play good basketball, and you're certainly doing that. Thanks for your time, John.
Thank you guys for having me. Talk soon.
Fantastic. I think to fly all the way over to fit in with 3 home away games.
Yeah. Score well.
Well, he was 19 on the weekend. I think Bryce Cott was 22. He was top scorer. I mean, he has
24 against the Breakers, 20 against the Kings, 19 against the Bullets. He's contributing already.
He's been a very, very good pickup. And I think he's in the starting 5, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been scoring really
Great
well.
career.
He's a fantastic
well done.
sharpshooter, so great to have him on our side, absolutely. It's 17-6. Mario calls shortly, and we're going to speak to Craig Foster as well from Stan Sport. Match day 8 from the Champions League. Here's traffic.
In the Parkland, she is chockers with traffic due to a smash Hackney Road near the Botanic Gardens. Felixstowe clearing a car and motorcycle crash Paynham Road at the 3-point intersection. And Vale Park burst Watermain causing big delays as well for the drive home Northeast Road near Ascot Avenue. Camera, Grand Junction Road, Hope Valley. 40 million reasons to play Keno Go with a $40 million jackpot every 3 minutes. Download the Keno Go app and take your shot at life-changing winnings today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now, if you'd like to win a double pass to see the 36ers play at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre this Saturday night, South East Melbourne Phoenix is our opponent, one of the top teams. It tips off at 5 o'clock. We'd love to get you there. 8223 0055. Call in now. And, of course, tickets for all 36ers home games are on sale now. Grab yours at Ticketek before they sell out.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Live Golf Adelaide is now 4 days of action. Feb 12 to 15 at Grange Golf Club. See world-class golfers including Bryson DeChambeau, John Ram, Dustin Johnson and Australia's own Cam Smith go head-to-head in 4 days of high-stakes golf. Shotgun starts, fan village fun and live music. Tickets on sale now for Thursday the 12th of February at livegolf.com or keep it on 5AA to win your way there.
G'day, Flipper. What's up? The little one doing freestyle through the breakers? Yeah, that's my kid. What do you mean he's making you look bad? Sorry, mate. He's a state swim kid.
For over 50 years, State Swim has built stronger, safer swimmers through trusted teachers and proven programs. Become a State Swim kid. Visit stateswim.com.au.
The latest Star Discount Chemist catalogue is packed with red-hot summer specials. You'll find Hydrolite Effervescent Electrolyte tablets, 20 tablets in assorted flavours, just $11.99 for relief from dehydration symptoms. Always read the label and follow directions for use. Star Discount Chemist. How can we help?
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. They'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash. And your breakfast or lunch is on them. Your car gets the love too with their state-of-the-art service centre, brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, they'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can rely on Red Spot to get you there. We're the all-Aussie, family-owned car rental company in airport terminals and cities across Australia with a new fleet and 100% local Aussie service. And right now, Red Spot is giving you spot-on savings of 15% off every vehicle at every location. Book direct and save at redspot.com.au/radio. T's and C's apply.
Red Spot.
Get saving now with City Discount Tyres. We're offering great deals on the world's top brands in tyres, wheels, suspension and parts. Suitable for four-wheel drives, SUVs and passenger cars, including Falcon, Michelin, Pirelli, Kumho, Hankook and many more. Finance options available. Search citydiscounttires.com.au and locate your nearest dealer today. City Discount Tyres. We're driven by value.
At
Coles, you can save all summer long. Right now, get half price on Huggies Ultra Dry Bulk Nappy Pants. 24-pack to 36-pack, now just $11 each. Save in-store or online at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Hey guys, it's Hayley from Adelaide. World Travel Fest is back Sunday, February 8, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Join us, Adelaide, and over 60 travel providers, airlines and cruise lines all under one roof. Discover the hottest offers from family escapes to luxury getaways, cruise deals and more. Plus, inspiring travel talks, entertainment and win one of 4 incredible travel prizes. Entry is free Sunday, February 8, Convention Centre. Register at pht.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
12 minutes to 6 here on this Thursday night. More time for your calls very soon, 8223 0000. Want to talk some round ball, though? Watch every game of the Champions League live and on demand on Stan Sport. You can learn more at stan.com.au/football.
Yeah, absolutely. And to help us along with that, a Stan Sport expert commentator, but I've got to say, one of the greatest Socceroos ever and one of the greatest blokes, Craig Foster. Welcome.
Oh, hello, guys. I don't know on either count there, to be honest with you.
Come
You've got
on,
to be careful
Foz.
there, guys. Yeah, no, there's a lot better Socceroos and there's a lot better guys as well. So, Anyway, it's good.
Well,
it's good to be with you.
Yeah, Craig, they say self-praise is no recommendation, so I did it for you, mate.
Thanks, guys. Very nice. Very nice.
Now, the Champions League, it continues to impress, of course, but I had a look at the top 12. 50% of them are from the EPL. They're showing they're probably, the best league in the world.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the end, money tells, in the game of football.
True.
I mean, what the stats basically say is not the most expensive teams that are built, because a lot of clubs overpay. They get desperate. They get a new coach, they go buy 5 guys for, and they kind of get, screwed for the money, screwed down, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
And so they'll pay double for, the worth of a player. But it goes on the player salaries. So ultimately, the top players will not sign anywhere for less than what they're worth. So the biggest salaries in the world will usually tell, and most of those now are in the EPL. So the amount of money that is there means that it's sucking in a lot, not all, but a lot of the best talent. And ultimately, that tells. But this is the first year where 5 of the top 8, and of course the 8 in the Champions League go automatically through. They miss the playoffs. 5 of them are EPL. It just shows you, the power of that league continues to grow.
And a couple of overnight results, some probably not surprising, but some others put some big club names in a bit of doubt, like Napoli.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, so Napoli, again, Antonio Conte has never won this competition, and so that's a part of his coaching credentials that are often questioned. So for whatever reason, he just finds it difficult, or maybe the teams that he's had at that particular time, but he's had Juventus, of course he's had Tottenham and others. And for Napoli, they started the season great in the Serie A. They've dropped off a little bit. And this morning they were leading Chelsea at home, and you thought, well, Chelsea only really needed a draw, or they're probably going to stay in the 8 anyway, but they showed their quality. They came back and won that game, and they've knocked Napoli out, and so for Serie A, they're extremely disappointed. And again, as you said, the EPL is going so well, that's very much a competition. So La Liga are not happy about that. The Spanish, the Italians are not happy. The English are on top at the moment. So every team that goes out is really a blow to their own domestic competition.
Yeah. I love the Real Madrid-Benfica game. It had the highlight of the year. It was a goal by the goalie. They needed a goal difference of 2, and Craig, this happened.
Ornus hangs it up there. The goalkeeper's there! Oh, my goodness gracious me! This is unbelievable! A diving header from Trubin! Jose Mourinho is back to haunt his former club. He's achieved some incredible things in his career, but even he hasn't seen anything like this.
That, my friend, is footy at its best. What an amazing set piece, the goalie. You couldn't have writ that script in Portugal.
No, you're going to have to speak to Bozza or Schwarzer to see if they ever be capable of it. I don't think so, but it was amazing. Again, the Champions League is the top of the top.
Yep.
And every week we see some crazy stuff. And, of course, that was massive because Mourinho famously was the Real Madrid coach during an incredible era when Guardiola had Barca, and we all remember him at that club. He had Cristiano Ronaldo. He had he had incredible, amazing group. And for him to go back with Benfica and take on Real Madrid and then actually get over them, that's a huge story in itself.
Oh, it was amazing. Just quickly to the EPL, we always run out of time, Craig, but Tottenham are 14th. They've only had 7 wins in the EPL. When is that Greek rooster that owns them going to sack Thomas Frank?
There's been change in the club since Ange went, of course. Daniel Levy, who was the decision maker, he then left shortly afterwards, which was the sad part. Because it's like, well, hang on a minute, you got rid of him, and now, you've walked out as well. So why didn't you walk out 3 months earlier? He would have remained. He certainly would have been doing a better job than 14th in the league, in my view.
Yep.
Unless he had all the injuries again. But Tottenham are going unbelievable in Europe. They're in the, they're one of the top clubs in the top 8.
Correct.
But they're really struggling in the EPL, which does show you how strong the EPL is. So I don't know how long he's going to last. It might depend on, how well he continues to do in the Champions League, actually, because there's a lot of prize money. See.
Certainly is. Arsenal, a complete clean sheet with
Unreal.
8 from 8. And Liverpool got their goal difference up by having a big win, 6-0.
Yeah. So, it's nice for both of them because, they've both been losing some games. The Gunners lost, just on the weekend, actually, to Manchester United, who just, having the most unbelievable resurgence you've ever seen. So they've prospered in Europe, very, very strong. They beat Inter and Bayern at home, which was an unbelievable result. Extremely strong. It could be the Gunners' year. They've never won the Champions League or European Cup. Famously, they won. Maybe them and Atletico Madrid are the 2 biggest clubs in the world that have never won it.
Wow.
And to win it would even the great Arsene Wenger, he made the final in 2006. And wasn't able to beat Barca. So this is the big one. And to win the chance, like Manchester City. You can win all the EPLs, but they were desperate to win the Champions League. So were PSG. They're owned by a state, basically, Qatar, and they were desperate to win. They both got across the line, and now finally it's for the Gunners to do. It could well be their year. They've certainly got enough depth and quality, that's for sure.
Well, we wish them all the best, mate, and keep up your good work on Stan Sport, and we really appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks, guys. Anytime.
Well done,
Craig Foster for Stan Sport. Of course, the Champions League just got through that, basically first stage.
If you haven't seen that goal...
Oh, amazing.
This is the theatre of the world game, which we call football, that we can't rival in the AFL. Yeah. It was that tense. There was just no hope whatsoever they could get another goal to finish in the cut-off group so they go through. With a minute left, the goalkeeper from a set piece,
off the line.
A free kick, and smashed it in with his head.
And it was amazing. It was a fair way out from goal too.
Smashed it in. Yeah. It's the first goal he's ever got as a goalie in his career in any level, any sport, any life. And it was just exhilarating. He took off like there was no tomorrow. Yeah. They couldn't catch him. And the Portuguese crowd went. The unbridled joy and excitement, exhilaration of a goal like that. That's as high as sport can get, I reckon.
No, it was an awesome moment. And if you haven't caught it, get online, have a little peek at it.
Absolutely. Stan Sport has every match of the Champions League as well, live and on demand. So go to stan.com.au/football. Can I quickly confirm the 11 for the first T20 tonight against Pakistan? Australia in action. You can watch it on KO tonight. It's on Fox. They've got the rights for this weekend's games. They're essentially a warm-up to the T20 World Cup in about a fortnight's time. But Travis Head will be standing in as captain tonight. That is now being confirmed. So Mitch Marsh will sit out because he's only just come over from the Big Bash final. He's had his few days off and just flown over late.
It's the 11, mate.
Matt Short's also in the team, one of our strikers players. Matt Renshaw's going to play tonight, which is fascinating in the T20 squad.
2 Matts open, you reckon, Renshaw and Short?
Or Travis Head's in there, I'd say. He might open as well.
Treble open himself.
Cameron Green will play, Cooper Connolly, Mitch Owen, Josh Philippe, Jack Edwards, he's going to get a crack. Xavier Bartlett and Adam Zampa, and Marley Beardman, who was a very impressive youngster for the Scorchers as well.
Well, I like this text on the back of that. Good luck. This is from Maria. Good luck to Trav tonight as the captain. He said, put all your money on Australia beating Pakistan tonight. ... That's from the Lahore bookie.
Oh, dear.
That's a bit unfair.
Does that still happen over there?
No, that's not a good one. No. Let's get to a break. 6 o'clock news time.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Deliver more with Toyota, the world's #1 forklift brand. Choose from a great range including pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts, right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
Kids making a racket? Nothing hits like Hot Shots Tennis. Perfect for kids aged 3 to 12. Book your free trial at a participating club. Hit up tennis.com.au. Hot Shots Tennis. It's different.
Honey, have you seen my shirt?
It's on the ironing board. Kids, charge your phones, please.
This everyday slice of life is powered by Solar Power Direct, providing solar and home battery storage to families all over South Australia. With Solar Power Direct, life goes on. Visit South Australia's largest renewable energy showroom at 314 Torrens Road, Croydon Park. solarpowerdirect.com.au.
Left the bins out a day late? Yeah, it'll smell, but there's always next week. Missed your rego renewal. It happens, but hey, get onto it. Forgot Mum's birthday. That's dangerous. But leaving your pool to go green? That's not on. Fix it now at Pool Supermarket O'Halloran Hill, the mega store with every part, pump, chemical and toy you could need. The biggest range in Adelaide, plus free water testing. poolsupermarket.com.au. Don't leave it too late.
Nobody knows paints like Crowies, and they're just brilliant. Their team behind the counter have all the little tricks of the trade, they call it. So, for instance, in the summer, when it's hot and you're doing some exterior painting or even interior, acrylic paint can go off on the brush real quick in the roller. So they'll let you know how much water you can apply to that acrylic paint to make it spread better and go better.
In these conditions.
Exactly. Little tidbits like that.
That is amazing.
Well,
Crow
it is.
is to think of all condition painting.
That's their thing, whether it's a chair, a wall, a house, a shed, a skyscraper, timber,
Whether
metal
it's
tiles.
summer, winter, autumn, or spring.
All of that.
Incredible.
They will get the gear in your car at the best price, premium quality, and make sure that when you start swinging that brush or that roller, it's going to be excellent, elite, first class, like a pro. Because really, at the end of the day, most of us can paint like a pro. I mean, any clown can be a painter. Well, I was for years. It was my trade.
There's an art to it, and
there is.
The good ones know all these sort of information that you need, but also they're a lot quicker than the
They've got the speed, but what I'm saying is Crowies can turn someone like you, Timmy, who's a peanut with a brush in his hand
Into
that
a
can't cut a
master
rock
painter.
into an S-row.
Yeah.
Just like
that.
Is it a click of a finger? That.
yeah.
Get into Crowies,
Third
premium
one was
paints. They're the best. There's a store near you. Visit crowiespaints.com.au.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Windy but clear and down to 25 overnight. Mostly sunny and 41 the top tomorrow. Good evening with the 6 o'clock news. I'm Tamira Francis. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is confident a meeting of the National Cabinet tomorrow will deliver key health reforms. The Commonwealth and states have been locked in a stalemate over the next 5 years of hospital funding and a state-run program for children and developmental disabilities. Mr Albanese says all of these issues will be on the table at the meeting tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll have a National Cabinet meeting to deal with the future healthcare agreements, health and hospitals agreements over the next 5 years, but also to deal with the reform of the NDIS, which is so important.
Meantime, Mr Albanese has criticised the Liberals for holding leadership talks on the day of former MP Katie Allen's funeral. Conservative rivals Andrew Hastie and Angus Taylor failed to reach an agreement this morning on who should challenge Susan Lee for her position. Mr Albanese says it is astonishing the meetings took place on a day of mourning. This comes as National Senator Bridget McKenzie says David Littleproud at the Nats is making the right call to not rush a decision to meet with the Liberal Party following the coalition split. Colin Boyce is planning to move a spill motion against the Nationals leader on Monday. Extreme fire dangers and total fire bans have been declared for the West Coast, Eastern Eyre and York Peninsulas. This comes as the mercury is set to soar well into the 40s tomorrow and heatwave conditions have been forecast across the state. An extreme warning has been issued for the North East District. Severe conditions are expected for the York Peninsula, Riverland, Murraylands, Mid-North, Flinders and North West districts tomorrow. Locals are encouraged to limit their time outside. This comes as several fires continue to burn out of control near Berry in the Riverland, where the temperature has hit 40 degrees today. After months of negotiation, public service workers have finally accepted an in-principle pay deal with the state government. Workers will vote on a deal tomorrow, which on average will put an extra $100 a week into their pockets. Premier Peter Malinauskas says it's good news.
Basically, the entirety of the public sector would have to renegotiate enterprise agreements over recent months. We've been able to nut them all out, and the last one standing is the nurses.
Elizabeth DeBarts from the Nursing Federation says they need to ensure any offer is nationally competitive.
We are really way behind the 8 ball. I mean, Western Australia will be close to an average of 20% higher than those currently available in South Australia. Victoria will be approximately 25% higher by the end of 2027. So we're not talking about small change here. We're talking real dollars.
2 paramedics involved in yesterday's frightening incident at the RAH have been given the day off today. They're shaken, understandably, after a 27-year-old man with a knife tried to get into their ambulance and threatened them. He fled and was later arrested near the freeway tollgate. Paul Eckelboom from the Ambulance Employees Association says this incident was next level.
I've been at AMBO for 25 years and I've never really heard of any incident like this. There's elements of sort of a violence and aggression towards AMBOs, but anything like this at all.
Telstra customers affected by an Apple software upgrade should keep an eye out for further updates. Users of some older iPhone models have reported losing all access to calls, data and SMS communication. Tech expert Trevor Long says it should be a reasonably simple fix.
They just need to go back to the last version of software. They just need to fix the problem and go backwards. So basically the advice right now is if you've got a phone that's not working on the Telstra network, look for new software updates over the next 24 hours. Hopefully that will come through. That will fix the problem.
Now turning to 5AA Sport. Earlier today at the Australian Open, dynamic duo Jason Kubler and Mark Bowman's advanced to the men's doubles final. The Aussies only gained entry via a wildcard. Kubler says they've clicked as a combination.
This is the first time we played together, which is crazy to think about. You know, we're gelling so well together.
The NBL is investigating 8 players and 2 coaches after a wild melee in the final minutes of the 36ers' 33-point win over the Brisbane Bullets last night on the Gold Coast. 36ers Zylan Cheaton and Nick Rakocevic and assistant coach Kerry Williams have been referred to the league's game review panel after the incident. Teammate Bryce Cotton says the situation was shocking, but he is simply glad nobody was seriously hurt.
It was a little shocking, but at the end of the day, we play in a very intense league. Tempers can flare quickly, but contrary to, I guess, what people saw in the video, things could have been a lot worse. So I'm glad nobody was actually seriously hurt.
Coach Mike Wells had this to say in the post-game conference.
Terry Taylor had Nick in a headlock on his back and Maldonado was punching him in the stomach. That's what I had. Everybody else that was trying to jump in, they're grabbing my players and Maldonado is punching Nick in the stomach.
To cricket, hometown hero Travis Head will captain Australia for the second time in the first game of the T20 World Cup warm-up series against Pakistan in Lahore. The game gets underway tonight at 9:30 Adelaide time. And the Reds are getting ready to host Macarthur tomorrow evening at Cooper Stadium. Kick-off for that starts at 7:35 tomorrow night. That's all in sport. Let's check 5AA traffic.
Monster delays in the parklands due to a smash. That's on Hackney Road, just near the Botanic Gardens. Vale Park, big delays there too. Burst Waterway North East Road near Ascot Avenue. And look out for some pretty solid delays at the moment with the tree down Sir Donald Bradman Drive and South Road at Richmond. Camera South Terrace Breaker. Audio is more powerful than you think. For advertising with real power, start with commercial radio and audio where brands are heard. Visit cra.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Windy but clear and down to 25 overnight, mostly sunny and heating up to 41 tomorrow. Saturday, partly cloudy and 32. And Sunday, partly cloudy again, 25 the top. Monday, sunny and a top of 30. Right now it is 33 degrees on 5AA. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you, I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, a Victorian man has faced court accused of a stabbing and storming an ambulance with a knife at the Royal Adelaide Hospital. And a police officer has allegedly been punched and bitten on the ear at a city KFC with 3 workers attacked. Don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 now as soon as you're home.
Is stress clouding your mind and keeping you up at night? Are you tired of spending your days and nights feeling stressed, restless and overwhelmed? Caruso's new Ashwagandha 12,500 to the rescue. Caruso's Ashwagandha 12,500 is a high-strength formula designed to offer potent support for stress, sleep, focus and memory. So if you're ready to say goodbye to stress, try Caruso's Ashwagandha 12,500 today. Available from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
South Australia's future workforce is on show at the World Skills Australia Regional Competitions Open House at Pier, hosted by Hazy. Watch apprentices compete in live timed skills challenges, explore industry suppliers, and meet trainers, employers, and industry representatives. Plus, attend the medal presentations recognising regional trade excellence and tour Pier's training facilities to learn about real vocational career pathways. It's a free event, Friday, February 6 from 12 at Pier Albert Park. Register at eventbrite.com.au.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
9 minutes after 6. You can watch the show at any time, each and every night, on our 5AA Facebook and YouTube live streams. Rowey and Timmy G, 9 minutes after 6. More time for your call soon as well.
God, I'm looking forward to this interview because I watched these yachts, these Sail GP, we call them catamarans, with these things that pop into the water. They do about 100 kilometres an hour. Unbelievable sailing, and we've got Sam Newton on. He's a pro sailor. He won on Comanche in last year's Sydney to Hobart. Well, he got the line honours for it. He's the grinder for Sail GP. The yacht is Bond's Flying Ruse. He joins us now. Sam, welcome.
Hey guys, how are you?
I would love to have a rip on this yacht.
Yeah, they're pretty cool boats. As you just alluded to, sailing at 100 kilometres an hour is kind of unheard of for most people, and they're pretty special machines.
How technical are they? I know you're the grinder, we'll get to that, but how they get up out of the water and sit on those, what are the things that drop in the water like a wing keel of Australia too?
Yeah, well, it's not your conventional sailing boat, as most people would know. These are foiling catamarans. So, the catamaran, some people might be familiar with, but they've got hydrofoils that go underneath that allow the boat to re-lift out of the water, so you're literally flying above the water. And so not a lot of drag in the water, very minimal, which means you can reach these incredible speeds.
Yeah. But Sam, it's still sailing. It's still the context of sailing, isn't it? You have a helmsman, you have a navigator, you have a grinder, you have a bloke that, puts the sheets up and down and picks the right... It's still sailing, isn't it?
Yeah, look, everyone in the league, has certainly got a big sailing background, and still, these boats are raced by traditional sailors, and our boat's skippered by, Olympic gold medalist Tom Slingsby, another Olympic gold medalist, trimming, the wing sail or mainsail, most commonly known. So, fundamentally, they are sailing boats. But, there's new things involved now. We have, a new position called a flight controller, who literally his job is to fly the boat. That's, you won't find that on any other boat.
That is unreal. And I see co-owners Ryan Reynolds, that great actor, and our very own Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Brought a bit of Hollywood A-listers to our team.
How
so
good.
Certainly attracting some attention, and it's been, great to have them as part of the new ownership group.
Yeah. Have you seen Hugh Jackman's new movie as Neil Diamond?
I haven't. On the list, I've got a few to watch.
He's a bit busy. He's a bit busy grinding.
Yeah. Well, you've got your Perth and Sydney trips coming up.
Seb, just on those two megastars, who gets involved there? Who connected them to you guys?
I'm not sure how it all started, but Hugh's a great sailing fan, and Ryan, he's been sort of dabbling in quite a few sports teams, as we all know.
Yeah,
with Wrexham and a bit of F1 and stuff. So I think it's a natural progression to check out what's going on with these flying boats, but we're just lucky to have them involved. They're very passionate. Both those guys are really passionate for the team, and it's really creating a great energy for our new Bonds Flying Rouge team. So.
Yeah, somebody described it to me as the America's Cup on steroids. It's quite exhilarating to watch them fly around, as Rowey was saying. So this Grand Prix calendar, it goes through from January right through to November. Of course, in our countries, New Zealand and Australia early on, and then you go around the rest of the world from there. It's an amazing calendar that you've got in front of you.
Yeah, as you alluded to, there's no real downtime. We finished up our season last year, and only sort of 4 or 5 weeks later, we're straight back into it, and we've got 13 or 14 events ahead of us for this year. We just kicked off the first one in Perth, and not long we'll be here in Sydney, the 28th of February, 1st of March, for KPMG Sydney Sail Grand Prix. So, we're looking for all the Aussies to come support us like they did in Perth, and it'll be a great day at Sydney Harbour.
Yeah, if you want to go to Sydney, get on sailgp.com/Sydney and get your tickets there to see that event.
You were second in Perth. There's 13 national teams. What do you need to do to win in Sydney?
Oh, look, I think we're just going to expand on our learnings from Perth. We had a new team member slide in last minute due to an injury. So, there's a lot to learn, and, we had a great event in Perth, rounding up with the second, but, there's a lot of work to do ahead of Sydney to make sure, we can be, on our game. But, we're just going to keep chipping away, learning from all our mistakes and take it from there.
How can you go from Sail GP to, as I said in the opener, to do a Sydney Hobart? Is that your first line on us?
It's not actually. It's my fifth. But
oh, stop it! Sorry, Sam. Five times Sam Newton there on the grind.
But no, very different. Very different.
Yeah.
Sydney to Hobart. More of an endurance race. It's it's a lot longer, 628 nautical miles versus a Sail GP race, which we finished it up in about 10 minutes. So very different styles of sailing, but pretty lucky to be involved in both styles and both teams at the top of our sport. But it's quite nice, coming home for a shower at the end of the day and not spending the night offshore, in the rough seas of Bass Strait.
Do you get much sleep or none at all?
Oh, look, you don't get a lot. It's considered a bit of a sprint race for Hobart, especially for the maxi yacht. You're normally trying to do it around the 2-day mark or less. So you sort of, the main aim is sort of just push through, go hard, leave nothing in the tank. You get a rest, when you get to Hobart.
Done.
Or most likely you don't. You probably end up at the customs house, but maybe the day after that you'll get a rest.
Now, did I hear you right, Sam? This is the Bonds Flying Rouge Australia Sail GP. We're off to Sydney and then off to Auckland after that. You can watch it on telly. It's unbelievable sport. The race lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, we had a race, but, the format is normally 4 races a day, Saturday, Sunday, so 8 races across the weekend. But it's fast-paced, it's exciting, plenty of action. It's great to watch. It's nothing like you've ever seen sailing before. So if you haven't jumped in and watched it, absolutely give it a try and you're going to fall in love, I'm sure.
Oh, look, you do. You get hooked with watching it. It's unbelievable. How technical is it? Because the sail doesn't look like it's going to trap enough wind to get that thing up and flying at that kilometre an hour. You don't need a lot of wind to propel these things along, Sam.
Yeah, well, as we were talking before, they're not your traditional boat. And in fact, our, big sail is actually a wing. So it's solid. It's not like your traditional fabric. It's a solid wing, much like a 747 aeroplane wing.
Right.
So there's quite a few new concepts going on. So they're extremely technical boats, a lot of electronics and hydraulics running them. There's a lot of data and sensors coming off the boat. So it's like nothing, you've ever seen before to most people. And but that's the reason, they're so fast, there's so much action, and they're so fun to sail.
So a grinder trims the sail at the call of the skipper. And so how the hell do you trim a bloody 747 wing, Sam? What's your job? You can't trim no sail there. What are you doing?
Yeah, look, our job is really to, try and keep the boat speed as highest, so we're keeping the boat as level as we can. You kind of described it as like the power of the boat. So, the wing, we're trimming the main power control of the boat. So picking the times when we need the power and when we don't. And, you're grinding, for those people that don't know, it's not, what you might be thinking. It's cycling. Essentially, we're cycling with our hands. And so it's quite a unique action. But, it's sailing for you.
How many crew on these?
6 crew on each boat, 13 national teams, yeah.
Yeah, wow. And I suppose this is, from a grinder's point of view, this is like you're going to be getting that heart rate up a fair bit, aren't you, doing this role?
Yeah, it's pretty, only 10-minute sprints, but once you start, it's pretty full on for those 10 minutes, and you get a short reset before the next race, but probably only a couple of minutes between races, so... Yeah.
Only early days, but who looks like a likely rival for the Flying Roos?
Oh, the Kiwis across the ditch, they're always very strong. The British, GBR Racing, they've been going very well. Look, there's a lot of good teams out there. We're certainly in with a fighting chance, but, we're just got to keep pushing. It's going to be a long year, and there's going to be a lot of learning through the year, so we've just got to try and stay on top of our game and just keep pushing for the final race. Come November.
Well, it's one of the most exciting, exhilarating speed sports that you'll see. It's not sailing like sailing. This is different. Again, it's fantastic. And Sam, thank you for the time. All the best with Bond's Flying Roos.
We'll keep an eye on them.
We certainly will. You're off to Sydney, then off to Auckland after that for the 14th to the 15th. Thanks for that, Sam. Well done.
No worries. Cheers, Timmy. Cheers, Ray.
Cheers, Sam. How good's that, Sam? You 6 a team. These things fly. If you haven't seen them, just Google it.
Yeah, exactly. And it flies. You can catch it on KO, and you can catch it on SBS, I believe, as well. So they're the places you can go and watch it. If you do want to get over to Sydney,
hydrofoil,
get onto the Sail GP, sail.gp.
That's it.
sailgp.com/Sydney.
That's the one.
That's where you can get tickets, but it's an event worth watching if you can't get over there on KO or SBS.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are their co-owners. How fun
what
is
else
that?
You want a chance to meet those two.
Yeah, great names. 19 after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
5AA is celebrating local businesses across Adelaide, like Naomi Will Real Estate, delivering honest, personalised service, award-winning community values and independent expertise for over 20 years. 5AA, supporting local, celebrating SA.
I'm high! Hey, mate. The Excelsior Hotel has always felt like home. And for seniors, it's always been great value with 20% discount on selected bistro meals. Yep, 20% off. Feeding the whole family? Bring them all Saturday or Sunday for live acoustic music from 5 p.m. And kids eat free. Some conditions apply. The Excelsior Hotel feels like home, but better. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel.
This week at RGA, there's half price on the Dove range. That means the 1 litre Dove body wash is just $9.50 each. Can't believable prices now at your local RGA. Offer ends February 3. Participating stores only. Excludes travel size. Low prices every day. Price match RGA local grocer and Foodland.
No more. Ugh. No more. Try Arbor Vitae Joint Health for the relief of pain and other symptoms associated with mild arthritis and inflammation. Arbor Vitae is wellness backed by science. A clinical study on Arbor Vitae Joint Health can be viewed at arborvitae.com.au. That's ARBORVITAE.com.au. Now on sale at all Chemist Warehouse stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
For over 12,000 South Australians, the most important meal of the day is from Meals on Wheels. Behind the meals and behind the wheels are our wonderful volunteers, like our drivers who deliver the delicious meals to our customers.
Amanda, hello.
If you love driving, we could do with you.
Smells delicious.
Become a volunteer today and help us keep the wheels turning.
See you tomorrow, Chris.
Visit mealsonwheelssa.org.au for details.
Harris Scarf Friends mega sale is on now. Save 50% off full price quilts and pillows, 50% off full price quilt cover sets and sheets, and 50% off full price toppers and blankets. Don't miss out. Conditions apply. Harris Scarf. Great brands, great prices.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Local and experienced trade specialists.
Or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
Tired of scrolling through countless websites to plan your holiday? At locally owned Spark Travel, our travel experts are just a phone call away, eager to hear your needs and craft the perfect getaway tailored just for you. Reach out today for a chat and let's start planning your holiday together. Look for our travel deals in the Sunday Mail. Spark Travel, where your journey begins with a conversation. King William Street, Adelaide. Phone now 88765121, sparktravel.com.au.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back. It's 23 minutes after 6. Tom Mitchell.
Talking about Hugh Jackman, you've got to see that movie. Lee Forrest texts me the minute he said it's the greatest movie ever. Hugh Jackman, right. Neil Diamond. That's a bit of Neil Diamond.
Has it been released?
Crunchy Granola Sweet. Yeah, it's in all good movie theatres. Go to Wallace. They support us.
I haven't seen it.
You need to.
No, I'm saying I haven't seen it at the cinema yet.
Oh, as in listed at the cinema?
Oh.
Oh, it's in the cinema.
I don't think it is.
Listed Lee Forrest at 7. He'll tell you where it's on.
Song Sung Blue, wasn't it?
All of that. That's the name of it. There's a theatre play coming out as well.
I looked for a movie today to go and watch. I thought, well, what's on? What's showing?
All right. While I read this Collingwood Crows interest, get on your little Google.
I am.
Type in Hugh Jackman movie listings, Wallace, and you'll be able to see.
Here we go.
Now, the Pies are a bit worried about their medical room at the moment. Bo McCreary, he's the half-forward up type of running small forward. He's out for 4 to 6. He's got that foot problem. Darcy Moore still has that problem with his calf. He might be out for 3 to 5. So what does this all mean? Round 1, Collingwood play the Crows, March the 14th. I've done my math quickly in my head. That's 44 days until round 1. So both those guys may be out. They're also worried about Dan McStay and Isaac Quainer and Jeremy Howe and Lockie Sullivan, Dan Houston. Well, let me tell you this. If they're all out, we are a leg in, a shoe in, a can't lose.
We're the first one of the year.
No, I did that as a joke. I'm not going to be that person this year, Timmy.
I love it.
I've taken a leaf out of your book. I am not that person.
Sporting lesson.
Sporting lesson.
Lesson learned.
Do not shoot your big fat gob off about how well the Crows will go or not go. Let it happen, comment about it, and then praise it or just knock it down. End of story. But they can't lose that game. Shit, with all those players out.
I do like it. I've looked it up.
Okay.
Song Sung Blue, you're right. It's now out there. Wallace, just go straight to Wallace.
There you go, straight to Wallace.
Wallace Cinemas, you can get it on there.
Lee Forrest at Nights
he's already
could not have given it any more praise.
So he's already seen it. So he must have gone to the premiere this week. That's probably what's happened.
You know what? He's a man about town. He goes to all premieres.
So
how talented is Hugh Jackman?
How
super talented is that man?
Well, you can go from being a Wolverine to Neil Diamond.
He can sing.
Now that is a scope.
But you can sing and dance.
Match.
No, but he does theatre at Broadway. There's nothing he can't do. I guarantee if he put his hand to footy, he'd won a Brownlow medal.
Yeah, potentially.
And if he wanted to be a tennis player, he would have knocked off Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, he would have been 26 Grand Slams.
What he can't do.
And you wouldn't argue with it, you know, because he put a spear straight through you with a bloody Wolverine stab.
He's just picked up himself a nice little young girlfriend.
Rivaling Chuck Norris sort of there.
He is Chuck Norris.
I would say that this sports show's just fallen a couple of...
We're allowed to talk about...
Just falling off a cliff at this...
Come on, mate. It's 26 past 6. We've got a half hour to go. You had some news.
Oh, I do. Former Hawthorn and Port Adelaide star Chad Wingard has taken on a new role at the AFL, becoming the league's first national next-generation academy manager. Now, what it means is the AFL's long-running review into the NGA programs across 24 and 25, because everything they do in that is long-running, with the recommendation delivered late last year at the sign-off at the Commission. What I read into it is that they want him to go through every NGA in every state, every club, and just work out, okay, how do we make these all on a level playing field? Because they're all different. They've all got different rules. As you know, you've been complaining about the Queensland and New South Wales.
The unfair advantage of those northern states is absolute crap.
So it sounds like it's his role to go through all of them and to sort of make sure that they're on a level playing field. So
that's an easy job, Chad.
Well,
that is an easy job.
It'll be interesting to... because he's got the review information now. It's not as if he has to go through and done that.
No.
He's got the review information.
Okay.
It's now, okay, so how do we make that work?
Okay, gee, that'll be great.
Big job. Well done, Chad.
No, well done, Chad.
Congrats.
Well, let's get him on, Chad.
Yeah, we should do that.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's talk to him about it and just see if I was anywhere near accurate.
All
right, 27 after 6. Very soon, Tom Mitchell's going to chat to us.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
We're hearing that a deal might be imminent or may have already been done with the Public Service Association.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
We've got the Premier, Peter Malinauskas, on the line now.
I am standing up with the union for the public sector, one of the larger unions in our public sector, later this morning to announce that we've reached an agreement.
5AA Breakfast.
Well, that is good news. Hopefully good news for those members.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
They do deserve a wage increase.
Weekdays from 6 a.m.
It's just about getting a balance.
On 5AA, always Adelaide.
Mitsubishi Motors introduced Australia's first 10-year warranty with 10 years capped price servicing. And now we've added 10 years roadside assistance. That's a lot of 10s. That's confidence, reliability and peace of mind, all covered for a decade. Mitsubishi 10-10-10. You can count on it. Exclusions and conditions, including Mitsubishi servicing, apply.
Book a cruise with RAA Travel and you could win $5,000 RAA travel voucher for your next holiday. Now, their travel agents make booking a breeze, and that's the frustration you can get with that sort of thing, trying to do it yourself. No, go to RAA. Their travel agents are brilliant with smooth seas, everything in one place, and someone else taking care of all the details. All you have to do is switch off and enjoy.
How good is that? And that's what a cruise is. So when it comes to the planning, they'll help you choose the perfect cruise, organise everything from start to finish. So that's transfers, that's flights, how you get there, your timings and all of that. Do this, search RAA